country.
Yeah, I don't think it's set in stone, but I believe, if I remember, there was talk of it being like around this section because there's goblin tribes known to be here. Around here, I think. This general region.
Oh god, the sound's not picking up. Give me a second.
I guess take your time.
No, it can hear you guys.
It can hear you, or it can hear us, it just can't hear you.
The tragedy has just occurred, by the way.
On music. There we go.
What's the tragedy?
Our secret county stash at work has been robbed.
Our secret what?
We got music.
Secret county stash at work has been robbed.
Oh no.
I guess someone forgot to lock it, so people got to it.
Bastard.
Yes, with the lock county stash, if not, people still can do so. Welcome to
adult
life. Welcome to adult life.
Yeah. Ah, goodness. I saw the perfect.
There we go.
I saw the perfect freaking TikTok.
If it was a TikTok, it's not fucking perfect. I'm sorry.
It was perfect in explaining that your body once you hit fucking 30.
Fair.
It was a millennial talking to a Gen Z.
Oh god, I want to say I've seen that one as well. Actually, today. Quarter life crisis? Was that? Is that?
Yes, quarter life crisis.
Oh god, no.
Yes. Quarter life crisis. It's like, what happens when you hit 30? Well, you get a Benedict body. A Benedict body.
It keeps letting you down.
It betrays you. I woke up today, and my knee was fucking hurting. I brought in groceries, and 3 places on my body cracked at the same time. I am lucky I was not on the ground.
Yeah. Yay, adulthood. Ooh.
Hey, the number one good thing about adulthood is that I can afford whatever I want to eat.
Yeah, true.
You want to know what's hilarious about current adulthood?
I can do that. I can do that as now. Oh, go on, Dave.
As well.
Let me reformulate myself.
No,
the fact that in Pathfinder, the only one of us that doesn't have to worry about that type of pain for the human bullshit is a fucking frog, a goblin, and a hamster. Meanwhile, me and Strife are gonna be stuck with that.
Dude, our characters are hitting midlife.
Mine's already there, probably. Actually, no, yeah, the small races are already midlife pretty much. They have shorter lifespans.
Well, our specific breed of smaller races. We don't know.
Already known
they have,
with, like, freaking forever.
They have different problems they gotta worry about.
Yeah.
You and I, we gotta worry about the human bullshit.
Also, a quick update. I still haven't gotten the call back from Frosty Pop on Twitch. Did get a message back on Twitter, but apparently the Twitter person and Twitch person are 2 different people. And I was told, oh, just go get in touch with them. Like, I don't know about this deal or whatever. So just go talk to them. I've been waiting for replies since Saturday.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Also,
then
I'm sad
again,
to say.
Here's the thing: no money lost on my end.
Yeah.
Nope.
The only thing at the moment that's at stake is basically, free game. That is basically what's at stake, nothing else.
Yeah. I'm sad to say the gambling is not going well. I won 500 and then it's been a plateau. I haven't hit the lucky numbers again. So
if only this was if only that was Pokemon Pearl Platinum gambling. But then again, the Platinum gambling got taken out in the European version because some mother got butthurt about, oh, my little poor baby is playing gambling on a non-internet connected device.
Oh, boy.
Meanwhile, 15 years later, FIFA.
Yeah, fuck FIFA.
Also, real question: was that temporary hit points actually like valid?
Yeah,
or...
sure. Why not?
Really?
Add 4 temps to your stuff. Breakfast is important if you're into that sort of a thing.
Anyways, what's up, Kage?
No, Oh, I made the joke that because usually around that time, your message is, I just got breakfast. I'll be eating breakfast here, and I'll be on soon.
Yeah.
That was not your message at that time.
No, it wasn't. My breakfast actually came super quick, which is a surprise, but yeah.
I was gonna say on the Pokemon thing, Dane. If you're wanting like a true Pokemon experience, you're probably better off getting Diamond and Pearl for the Switch.
Yeah, after that part does depart pretty
Probably.
significantly from the
Yeah.
usual.
I would say as well, if you're gonna pick up any Pokemon game whatsoever, I would also say I would say Diamond and Pearl above Arceus, above Sword and Shield. If you want to go into the competitive scene, though, I would say either Diamond and Pearl or Sword and Shield.
Yeah. As I said, Diamond and Pearl is like one of the last like pure Pokemon games that didn't go into gimmicks. Sword and Shield, you still have that open area. Yes, it's linear, but it still has that open area. That's
I never
weird.
finished
Still
Sword and
isn't as
Shield.
glorious as it was back in the heyday.
Yeah.
I mean, they butchered my poor underground.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean,
That's
at
why I
least,
still play Pokemon Red.
at least,
That's why I still play that
at
one.
least we got some. At least we got a bit to catch some ferrets in the underground. So I got Dave.
Good old Dave.
Yeah. But yeah, Diamond and Pearl just doesn't. Diamond and Pearl has the underground, which if you don't really want to go into the underground, you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's you do fair. Well, you do have to do it one time, but that's
Yeah.
basically it.
That's
Yeah.
basically it.
Stumped a lot of non-English speaking children that one. Because I want to go forwards, I can't go forwards. You gotta go to the underground first. I can't go forwards. But yeah, shall we get into the spooky times then? Shall we?
Sure.
I'm using rubber dice today, folks.
I think that we actually had a few stories, but
I'm gonna make a stupid joke now. I'm gonna preemptively say sorry.
Okay.
Well, at least Vivian is focused on protecting the party. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Look, I'll murder everyone here. I'll do it.
But they're families, your tenants, come on.
Family can be. I'm a firm believer that family can be redefined. So technically, but yeah,
we were each other's family.
So you said something about stories to tell, or
I know Kage and I both have one. Mine's a very short story, though. So, and it's actually a funny story. So, a quick pause on this. So I'm on Twitch watching some VTubers and whatnot, you know. And I get to one VTuber I'm watching. I make a comment. They say my name incorrectly. They say it as 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓵. I correct them, saying it is like the Great Dane, but in all my infinite wisdom, I promptly follow it up with I am Bork Bork. Their immediate response is, "Oh, I'm just gonna call you Bork Bork now."
Well, in that case, Bork Bork, that's a lovely story.
Shut the fuck up, Will Duck.
Mine's a work story.
I love you, Will Duck.
Last night at work, I had this couple come in, or the beginning of work last night was a stream of long stayer customers. It's people who go around the store 6 or 7 times trying to figure out what the F they want, and then they come up with one thing. Or they leave the store.
No.
Spending like over 5 minutes per person.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna hate me for this, but that's kinda me sometimes.
Me too.
Basically, I'm in the area. I don't necessarily need anything, but I went to the store and I feel bad because I don't want to leave the store without buying anything.
Well, the issue with it is that it was one person, and then right as that person left, the next person came in, and it was just a stream for 45 freaking minutes.
Was it
Here,
a
tag
cream
out
or
with me.
blood
I gotta go walk in the store for 30 minutes. Hey, can I have a 30-minute walk to the store too? Hey, can I come in too?
Yeah, kind of. So anyway, there's this couple that comes in. They're looking around, or they come in with refill cups. They make sure to show me, and I'm like, dude, I'm looking. I may be half asleep right now, but I am paying enough attention to know that you brought in your own cups. So he shows me. And then his wife asks if they can get, like, a cup for water, so that way they can cook some macaroni in it. And I'm like, well, cups are 27 cents. I don't make the rules. Then she wanted something free. And then she comes in with 2 boxes of fucking macaroni and cheese and wants to make them in our microwave. I told her no outside food or drink. Or no outside food to be heated up in the microwave. She starts throwing a fit and walks out in rage. I see her throw the boxes all the way across her car. And then the dude spends like 10 minutes trying to find 8 pennies and comes in with 7. And I just want them out of the store by then. So I take it. And then they come in later wanting to cash in a lottery ticket after midnight, which cutoffs for our stores after midnight. She gets pissy because she can't pay for this, because they drank a 44-ounce refill within like an hour. She comes back in and then she says, I won't, and as she's leaving, I won't have a good day because you won't let us eat tonight. Bitch, if it was easy, Mac, I would have let you make it.
But it was a full-blown box of macaroni.
2 full-blown boxes of macaroni.
A powder and everything.
Powder and
Need
everything.
Need a pot macaroni.
She wanted to put it in a freaking paper tray boat. In the microwave that I had just cleaned. No.
Oh god.
Is a good reason for a fucking fire, lady?
Yes.
Well, depends on the boat. It depends on the boat and depends if you have a covering on it or not.
No, the boat does not have a covering on it.
No, I'm saying like you can have if you have 2 like paper if you have 2 paper bowls, you can use one as a lid to prevent splashing if you're reheating soup in a microwave. I think, but still though,
I think the main
mac and cheese.
I think the main problem is the fact of, even if we were to go through the whole paper boat, Kaga would have to clean up an entirely new fucking mess of A, burnt macaroni, B, macaroni juice bleeding through the damn paper boat from water.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and to explain these boats, it's the stereotypical, like,
French
hot dog
boats?
at a stadium paper boat.
Yeah, so not like plastic covered whatsoever, like soaked.
It
full
has
of
a
water
thin
sort of stuff.
plastic on it. If you put nacho cheese in it, it melts through it. So yeah, you can see why I didn't want to let her make it. So they get their refill, and then they're out there for like another 20 minutes just like sitting at the pump, I guess gathering money. He comes in, he wants a pack of cigarettes, he wants to use a mobile coupon, and then he wants the rest for gas. And he's like, well, I can't do this if this coupon doesn't work. And normally we don't take mobile coupons for that brand of cigarettes. They just don't go, they either do not load into our system, or the company refuses to pay us for them. So he's like, well, this has to work. You're gonna have to type it in manually. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I've seen people get written up because they do not have a physical coupon in their box for using that button. I tell him that I'm not gonna do it. He threatens to call, I guess, a district manager named Mike. We don't have a district manager named Mike. So I don't care about name dropping an imaginary person. Saying that he'll go and tell on our manager to him. And I'm like, okay, whatever. My manager is getting a text message the moment you walk out of the store. And then after he's done ranting at me saying how bad of a horrible person I am, I tell him he's no longer allowed in the store. So he threatens to get me fired. This will not be the first time or last time someone will threaten my job.
You know, I think the music is very fitting.
I am still there because I get over 20 compliments every single week. And they save my job. Anyway, let's go. Let's start.
Yes. Let's go from dark to basically the same but dark, different dark.
Let's go dark, but not about real life.
Yeah. Let's instead of creating a traumatic experience for Kage, let's create a traumatic experience for Vivian. Because as I mentioned earlier, like, I mean, on one end, once she entered this place, she felt more physical. For some reason, like, she felt like more connected to her surroundings than she was previously. But at the same time, she also feels more as a constant, like, feeling of disconnection or sick to the stomach.
And she followed ďehn'ra.
I would say more, but I'm gonna wait a bit before I do more. So yeah, just a quick recap on what happened last time. You arrived at Winterhaven, you fought some fetchlings, and upon completion of a blood ritual of something of the like, sacrificial ritual, the best of your knowledge, the entirety of Winterhaven got transported into the plane of shadows. Which, from just a quick, like, telling what you guys know, Plane of Shadows is an intermediary plane between the planes, basically. It lies between, the Shadow Plane lies between the negative energy plane and the prime material plane.
That's terrifying.
So yeah, where is ďehn'ra running to? Because last I heard, you were trying to get to the Jarl's house, was it?
He was not running anywhere. He was leading the party over to the Jarl's house.
Everyone but Zacharias and Patches.
Okay, speaking of which, everyone roll me a will save.
As thou wishes.
So saith I.
God fucking damn it! Are you serious, dice?
I'm a +9 Kage. I very rarely hit the 20s this dice.
No, I rolled a 19. So that's a 29, good sir.
That's a 29. So yeah, so you saw was Patches. You saw Patches, like, pop in, like, from the shadows, from the mass of shadows before. Mm-hmm. And now you basically get to the same in reverse, with the exception that it's not only just Patches, it's also 𝓲𝓏. And you see them, like, I mean, everything around you is more or less starting to lose color as it is, like, slowly getting to merge more and more with the Shadow Plane. But you just sort of see, like, Patches and 𝓲𝓏 just sort of go through the same transformation. Except that, unlike when you're looking at ďehn'ra and Zacharias, like they sort of lose some of their color as well, but Patches and Guag just sort of continue. To be fair, this happens a little bit after like the color settles, but they just continue to lose more and more color until they're basically just basically like a blob of shadow that sort of just melts into their own shadow until there is nothing else. Like almost like pseudo-liquid-esque. It's difficult to say, but you see it clear as day. Like they just sort of sink into their own shadows. It is not even. It's not like you when you just phase through the floor. It is more like. It is more like. It is more like watching. It is more like watching him, like I said, like just shrinking into their own shadow.
Yeah, no, that was an exacerbated ribbit. Ribbit?
That makes your second expert success.
She's definitely speaking Gripply right now.
And no one can translate because Guag is no longer here. He became a shadow puddle.
Yep.
Actually, important question. Right before combat, I had cast Comprehend Languages. Would that be gone by now or no?
Comprehend languages last for a minute per. Was it
10 minutes per level
or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it will still be going. Like this is literally seconds after the battle. Like, well, let's call it this is 5 minutes after the battle, and then you just have this whole breakdown. So
yeah.
So Sakurai knows what you're talking about.
Wait, what? They just melted into shadow. What? Those are the exact thing. I don't know if they kind of enraged or not enraged. The panic screams came through.
I think that's universal.
I mean, you could just go. You could just destroy the mood and go full Mass Effect Elcor.
Oh no!
Distressed ribbit.
I love Elcor.
I was doing the ribbits pretty good.
Oh yeah, yes you were. I'm just reminding myself I need to make an Elcor appear in this somehow.
Yes. Zachary, I was just like confused at Vivian for a moment, like what she means by melting into the shadows.
But you do notice how literally like everything with color just started getting more dull. I mean, like Vivian, yes, like Vivian's a pretty decent like shade of green, like in previous plane, but here like she's looking more dull, to say it like that. I mean, if you want to have a comparison on the map, like imagine if it was this color before, but now it's like she's closer to this.
Okay.
Like it's a very noticeable like change. Actually, maybe more like this. Actually, it's a very
very
noticeable
noticeable
of the colors.
Yeah. Very noticeable. Okay.
Like, and that happened like over the course of like a couple of minutes of you entering this plane, looking around. But yeah, you find yourself in the town of Winterhaven, which appears to be the same as when you entered it in the Prometheal plane, except that it's just been wholesale transported to the Shadow plane.
Okay.
And it's slowly losing its color too.
Yeah. More slowly losing. It's like you guys. It is being dulled. Like it's losing its color, but it is stopping at a certain point and like equalizing.
Zacharias just looks at his own like hand in front of him to see how he's turning gray now.
I mean, you're pretty. Isn't Zacharias like pretty pale white already? Like
yes, he's pale white.
Yeah, like you notice like your color isn't necessarily changing much. Because I mean you're already pretty grayscale.
Yeah.
The bits of you that do have color, you do notice like is losing touch.
Okay.
On a side note, if you end up having a snack on something, you will also notice that your sense of taste has been like very much dulled as well.
Oh, my
like,
favorite sense.
Imagine imagine any sensation that you might be thinking of, like sight with colors, or for example, touch, or sense, or sense. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the sniffing stuff, eating food, warmth, cold. All of those senses are dulled. So when I said earlier, with the whole thing of like the cold, like it's basically not cold here. There is some cold, but the cold is like vastly like
Reduced.
it is vastly like dimmed compared to how it was like in the prime material.
Okay.
So you had this. It's a cold environment, but it's imagine like sticking a hand in a fridge, in comparison to sticking a hand in a freezer.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I get you.
a deep freezer. I mean,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
like
Yeah,
you thinking to yourself, like you might need to like take off some of your warmer clothing if it's going to stay like this compared to how you're dressed.
Okay.
But yeah,
And yeah, as the others are going to the lodge, Zacharias will be casting a spell on the best preserved body.
do you want to just do /GM and just send me what you're casting, or
Oh, I can say speak with dead.
speak with that?
I'll roll it again so you have the info in here, but there we go.
Okay, but let's before we do with that,
Yeah.
Deanna really want to go into one of these houses.
Mhm.
Just because I'm scatterbrained, what
No, no
specific
worries.
house did you want to enter?
What's more or less what would more or less be the Jarl's home, essentially?
Okay, so yeah, so the Longhouse, what you would see as like the town capital, something like that. But actually, yeah, I want to say, didn't I already say like it was already like kind of looted? I want to say I said that. Like
You did.
basically, most of like at least this house, most of the stuff in it has been raided and like taken off. Basically, the bare bones of what's laying behind is it's just big furniture essentially. You don't see much in this big ass fancy house.
No, I understand that. Deanna was throwing a table.
You're throwing a table.
He is throwing a table because he's actually rather upset right now.
Let's do something fun. Could you roll me a D100 plus your level?
102.
Okay. Okay. Just one moment, good sir. One
Oh, no.
moment. I just need to find a table. One moment while I get a book. The headphones are off, by the way.
All right.
Let's see,
I actually need to grab my
this
drink real quickly. Be right back.
And this. Actually, these two.
Back.
Let's start with this one.
I just had to go and quickly swipe my drink.
Okay. While I'm looking this up, I'm sorry about this, but let's bring it back to. Let's go multitasking and bring it back to Zacharias for a moment. So what do we rely on? Like we said, like you can get one answer per 2 minutes or something like that,
Or 2 caster levels. So 4 questions I can ask.
Yeah.
But if his
I-
alignment's different than mine, he gets a will save to resist, as if he were
Yeah.
alive.
Actually, what alignment are you?
Neutral evil.
Neutral evil.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go check up on someone.
Okay.
Which, by the way, yes, this is the first time we actually heard.
No, second time.
Oh, right, second
Yep.
time.
Same thing as the first time I cast this spell. I say it whenever I can.
Because they might actually be.
Yeah, they might not be
Honestly, they
evil.
might actually be your alignment.
Oh, really? Oh.
No, wait, never mind. No, never mind.
Ah,
They would not be.
Hey,
some of
werewolf,
these
what's up?
might be. Some of them might be chaotic evil, but I don't think they're neutral.
Okay.
So yeah,
The
rolling
DC would
a
be
will save.
16.
So 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓚 rolled a natural 20.
Oh boy, okay.
So I resist. So that means that I can
You
either
can-
deceive you, or I can refuse to answer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm doing
Yep.
alright. I do want to say thanks
And
for
it does
all
not
the
tell me
notes.
if I know, so I'm gonna treat it as if I don't know. Yeah. Alright. So once this corpse temporarily comes alive, the first question Zacharias would ask is, why did you transport this town into the shadow plane?
Now here's the wonderful thing about language-dependent spells. What language are you asking this in?
I'm doing it in common. I believe that's someone. Let me double check. I believe that's someone I got. Yes, common.
Yeah, he basically responds to, "The hell are you saying? I don't know what. I can't understand you." But you understand him because you have comprehend languages, the one-way translation spell.
Yeah, it is. There's the one limit to it, but yeah.
I mean, you
Let's see.
could try a different language.
I only know common. My character. That's
Well,
it.
in that case, let me check up. Let me. Oh, then again, you wouldn't necessarily know what he is speaking, so you wouldn't know how to try to.
Yeah.
Then again, do you have linguistics?
Let me check. Skills. It's up here. No, unfortunately not.
Ah.
I'll do it next level, but yeah, no, I do
I was
not
about
for
to
now.
say, like, if you had linguistics, I could have made you roll to try to get a shoddy translation.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, it's trained only, so I can't.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry.
So sorry, you're shit out of luck because these guys, they don't speak your language.
Huh, okay.
Sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
I mean, what you could do is that you
Mhm.
could just cut off one of its heads and just carry it with you for later until you potentially learn their language and ask them then. It doesn't say that the creature has to be fresh.
True. Yeah, true. But it does say the body has to be mostly intact to respond.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the way I'm ruling it, because it says, like, it needs to be mostly intact to respond. I would argue that you're just speaking with the dead, you're not asking him to tap dance or the interpretive dance. The
True.
part of him that does the conversation
It's a mouth.
must be mostly intact. So when it comes to, let's say, speaking like these guys,
Mhm.
if you have their head and jaw, even if they're just skeletons, you can make him talk. At least
Okay.
that's how I would imagine. I don't think you would need. I don't think you would need the throaty parts because it is magical, but you would need at the very least a jaw and a skull when it comes to the
Okay.
speaking part. That's my ruling on it personally, though, because that makes it more.
Okay.
Okay, let us do some fun stuff. That goes into that one. Okay. Need to go on to the next table. There we go. That's going to be that. Check this one. Ooh, that is so fitting. Okay. And now I need to roll this again. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. That's it. Oh, okay.
How fucked is this table?
Oh no, it's just one, it's not one table, it's several. I just need to double check something because goodness me, what is this? Huh. Okay. Actually, to roll, I forgot I need to roll something else, don't I? Yes, I need to roll on that table as well. One moment. Oh my god. Okay. Need to roll that again. Okay. There we go. So you flip a table. So you just straight up flip a table. And this table just spins gracefully in the air and just absolutely slams down with one hard corner down to the floor with a absolutely righteous crack. And you notice something lies underneath the floorboards.
So 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 will indeed stop with that rage and make his way towards essentially the cracked floorboard.
So you notice there is something lying down there, looks sort of like leather or something. You notice some tufts of hair or something like that.
Like through the floorboards?
Yeah, like underneath it, you notice something a bit that looks partially slick and partially fuzzy.
𝓓𝓪𝓷 will proceed to kind of remove the floorboards to kind of get a better look at it.
Okay, so you notice that a very snazzy piece of hide armor is laying down here.
Does it look
Like,
familiar?
You wouldn't necessarily say it looks familiar. I mean, the style of it, this kind of looks like it could have been orphan made, but something about it feels wrong. Like, something about it feels different. I mean, for one, you have never noticed hide like this ever before. Like, it's a very slick blackish hide, and the hair tufts that grow off of it looks stiff and brittle with different shades of grey in it, let's say. Like, ranging between white strands all the way to pure black strands with fur trim and stuff like that. With ample room for hand movements, it looks like. Oh, actually, it looks like very decent mobile sort of hide armor as well. Even though usually it's a little bit bulkier. But yeah. It's medium armor, but for medium armor, it looks a bit more, well, elegant than a regular hide.
What was this doing here?
It does have, all sorts of runes inscribed in it as well at certain points. It does look like, part of it looks thematic to you. This looks, this definitely looks like, let's say it like this. A more traditional orphan might look at this and cry heresy, which might explain why it's hidden in the floor.
𝓓𝓪𝓷 will kind of hold it close, considering it's a strange item found in his homeland, and he will
specifically underneath the floorboard of his former master, presumably, unless the management changed since he was gone.
Indeed, possible. He'll make his way towards the door where Vivian said she would be, right? She followed 𝓓𝓪𝓷, or did she stay by?
Keep in mind, you haven't gotten a proper look at this just yet. But yeah.
I have not, but he's kind of taken this item towards Vivian.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, it's just what Ghost said in chat.
Oh god, what'd you say? Fuck off! Fuck off!
Don't say in Twitch, at least I gave you that mercy.
I do appreciate it. You alright, Vivian?
They melted into the ground. No.
I don't think I'll understand that. I don't think I'll understand this one. Here, I have something that might help you take your mind off of it for the moment. Get your bearings in so you can make a
So, okay, so Vivian sees her friends melting into shadows, looks over and looks at someone and looks oddly familiar, like just a matte black like hide armor. It's very much reminiscent of what just happened. Here, this will calm me down. Something to remind you of the moment. Sorry, just.
Vivian
So-
kind of just like shrinks into herself a little.
I just need you to distract yourself with this for a bit, Vivian. All right? Take a deep breath. He's going to set the hide armor down before her. I need you to check to see if this...
It is medium-sized.
I need you to check to see if this is magical.
Ba-dum!
I pray that Guag just kind of appears
What?
on
No,
Tienra's
no.
back at this point.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Okay.
Basically, let's do it like when it comes to popping in. It's the next scene after they've popped into Roll20.
Okay.
Discrimination is what I'm hearing. No, I'm kidding.
Calm down, Vivian. Calm down.
You call it discrimination. I call it selective party planning.
Focus on the task at hand, all right?
I'll use detect magic. I'm saying the words in Gripply though.
No, it is magical as fuck. I want to say, as far as like this is, with the exception of the liar, you don't recall like seeing this much of a powerful like armor piece, at least in a while.
Well, I want you to know I rolled a 26 on identifying it because I rolled another fucking 19.
You know exactly what it is, and I'm gonna go a bit through in detail about like you just pouring over this item and just looking at it and just
make notes.
turning it over.
Add a character, make notes.
Roger that.
There's some. Let us just say I've been doing a bit more of. I'm planning on doing a lot more work on the whole shadow plot, and when I rolled for this item, and I said like when you got to flip the table, I thought to myself, I'm gonna have him roll a d100 and see if he finds any loot, like accidentally, and rolled over a 100. I had you add your level full as a luck bonus, and you rolled over 100 and said, well, I guess I'm giving you a magical item then. And so this is what I rolled. So you're pouring over this item. I mean, first and foremost, you notice that it's a +3 hide armor.
Oh!
So it's AC 7. It is a medium armor of +7. And you're pouring over the runes and such, the other runes. That should like looking at like there's runes like etched in on the sides of this thing, across the breast, a large one on the back, and you keep seeing the same like arcane wording coming up, like something about concealment and shadows and shades and such. And yeah, like you come to realize, like right before you find something very significant, you've come to realize that the illusion placed on this, besides the +3, is the magical special ability of Shadow. This armor blurs the wearer whenever they try to hide. It also dampens the sound around them, granting a +5 competency bonus on stealth checks. But the armor check penalties still apply normally. So instead of rolling with a -3 to stealth, you're with a +2 instead. When it comes to like including armor check penalties, basically. Like you ignore armor check penalty and add a +2 to your regular stealth. And then you notice something engraved, basically like around the cross of the back, more or less. Like, you know, where your shoulder meets your shoulders meet your neck on the armor. You see an etched sort of figure that you can't help but feel. Actually, you don't see a figure. this is sort of like a downwards mural, like sort of like a story, where you have more or less like a very simplistic figure of a sort of, well, let's call it what it is, a punchy boy. You're noticing a charging figure just going headlong, with a fist in one hand and a shield in the other. Then you see said character more or less just engulfed in a blob, before you then see the figure again, but sort of engulfed in a blob, just standing triumphantly with what looks to be the head of some creature in its in their offhand, in their free hand, just above their head. And this, like the way this has been described, is almost like in a way of reverence, almost like hero worship or something like that. This feels very much like this piece feels like a piece of worship, be it in reverence of like reverence and awe, or if it's like fearful. It definitely feels like an item of worship, though. Like may or may not be heretical, sort of a thing. You can't help but feel that this is, well, you can't help but feel familial with this figure. And I'll leave you with that.
Yanra, Rabbit,
What's up, Vivian?
how many of your people fight with fists and a shield, Ribbit?
Deanna kind of goes quiet for a moment as he thinks. So too does Dane out of character.
I know what I'm insinuating out of character.
Oh, I know what you are insinuating. Not many. At most might have been at least maybe a few tens, but not a lot of them really worked with their fist and shield. I picked this style up mainly from I picked up that type of fighting style from my father before heading on over to a place called the 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼.
Ribbit. This might be your family then, Ribbit. Or you, Ribbit.
Do you inspect this mural closer, Dienra?
Yeah, I will.
Roll me a will save.
Any advantages or bonuses I need to be aware of?
No, just roll me a will save.
13.
Okay, so you look at this, and here is what Vivian sort of sees. Like you just take this in hand, and you just sort of your head just sort of snaps back, almost like you got socked in the face, as you just sort of fall backwards onto the floor. Meanwhile, Dienra, you recall the last thing that you remember before you woke up on the beach that you told me. Because how I remember it was that the last thing you remember on the beach before you woke up on the beach was you were charging headlong into battle, and then suddenly you were just at the beach.
Yeah.
So you get sent back to that memory. You very much like feel like in your personage again, almost like you just woke up from a dream, except that it still feels like more of a dream, like it's sort of hazy. Like you can see perfectly around you, except for some spots that appear to have been ink blotted out of some way. You see yourself just charging headlong at an enemy that you now realize, which is probably one of the largest trolls you ever recall seeing, backed by like one witch and some lesser trolls flanking it. You recall, like, you've been there, like, this was a joint venture between Ravenhall, and you specifically asked for the Jarl to come with his elite men to help out in this campaign. And, like, you see him off to your side, and, like, in slightly blurry detail, and you look back forwards at this giant troll. You remember being sort of punching your shield and being sent flying backwards, landing in a very big mound of snow. And just sort of, for a moment, you just sort of feel like you're being enveloped in like just darkness all around, like almost like you're blacking out. Except you don't feel like you're blacking out, it just looks like it. And then, when you finally look again, you find yourself standing on top of the troll's body with a disembodied, with a very bloodied shield in one hand and a disembodied troll's head hoisted above your head. And then you just sort of flash back to looking at the ceiling of the Jarl's house.
Tiana? Tiana, are you okay?
Yeah.
He's been lying on the floor for about half an hour now, at this point. For Ďeňra, it feels like literally like a minute, but for Vivian, like he's been just sitting there for like half an hour.
Yeah. I just look at the mural. Actually brought a bit of my memory back. Oh, God. Ďeňra will kind of get to a sitting position before he kind of gets to
right,
his feet.
I forgot. Roll me a because you failed to roll. Roll me a 2d4 as well.
I would assume this is damage.
Just roll me a 2d4.
4.
So, you are going to take 1 point of wisdom drain and 3 points of wisdom damage.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, God, that hurts.
Considering how low your wisdom score is, yes.
No, thankfully it's not charisma.
You're right, charisma would have you drooling on the freaking floor.
Oh, you know, that's temporary, so...
Yeah, one of those is drain. The other
3
three
is damage, though.
So I've left the drain as inherent, if that's possible, if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Alright.
Just make a note on your notes character inherent equals drain. Or you can just
Roger.
put on your notes character on your notes page 1 point of wisdom drain. Or 1 point of damage equals drain. So yeah, you lucked out.
Yeah, I lucked out, unfortunately.
You rolled nice on that first one, oh boy.
Oh, God. As Ďeňra gets up, he actually looks a little unsteady on his feet for a moment. It felt like reliving a nightmare, though.
Is it you, though?
So, here's a quick question. What is Zacharias doing when neither Vivian or Ďeňra has emerged from the Jarl's house after half an hour? After you just sitting here prodding this body, like trying to figure out what ways can I make it talk?
After what you mentioned, since the language barrier is there, he would have just relieved the body of its head, ending his spell as he does so. He would wrap it up in some. Yep, he would wrap it up in some cloth and just for now at least, hang it beside his belt and head to the building.
So you have a slowly dripping, well, soon it's going to be a dripping bag at your belt.
Yep.
And you walk in and you see Vivian just sort of perched over Ďeňra, who is just laying with his eyes rolled back in the back of his head on the floor, sort of in an A pose, with a very nice looking hide armor, like, firmly grasped in his hands. Like, no matter how hard you try to pry it off, it's like trying to, like, pry the stone sword off a statue.
Mm-hmm.
Right, for my cold dead hands.
What?
Right now it's cold alive hands, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. You asked to Vivian.
He found this in the floor. And
You look over and just see a flipped over table and a big ass crack in the floor.
yeah. And I was identifying it. It's really good hide armor. Like, really good. And if you see where his hands are, there's a mural. And apparently only his line does the fists and shield. ribbit.
Hmm.
And then he blacked out when he was trying to remember.
Okay.
I've been trying to hit him in the face, but
Yeah.
Maybe he needs the fire. The fire.
All right, Nomeo. Back to
Fire.
everyone.
When the Enra going forwards 30 minutes, when the Enra awakens, Guag also basically just pops into the scene.
Will save.
So everyone except for Guag roll me will saves.
Okay.
Oh god, my will save's actively worse right now.
We're burning down
Perfect.
the house.
I should let you know that this dice has now rolled its second time
Gee,
below
my dice
10.
hate will saves. Gee, I have a +9. Come on.
So what was your
I rolled-
save this time?
I got a 14.
So 24.
14. A 14 total or a 14 modified?
14 total.
Oh, wow. You and
the
me.
I
same
rolled a
as mine.
4.
I rolled a
Okay,
3,
yeah,
so we're
so-
close.
So you guys just sort of hear the knocking of boots against the window as Guang just sort of knocks snows off his shoes as he enters the door.
I mean, I still see him just appear. I just don't see him.
Yeah, you
In any of
just
the
sort of
lights.
see him you see him poof in. You
Yeah.
see him sort of poof in like besides the doorway, but the others see him knocking snow off his shoes as he enters.
Hey, Quag. Got something for a killer headache?
Pulls out a bomb.
No, please. No, not a grenade. But no, that can't be me. In the last story I recall, while me and the Jarl and some of his men came charging at this large troll along with their group. And I blacked out somewhere in the middle of it after being knocked away. But when I woke to, I was standing atop its body with its head, my shield completely covered in blood.
Can I see this mirror in more detail, Deanna?
Sure.
Since you just hold this, I can actually see it clearly.
Yeah,
Sure.
the last thing is just basically the last thing that the Enra explained. That is basically it.
Basically, but he was charging, then he essentially went into a blob with the head, something held up.
He was charging at something and then just sort of being enveloped by some sort of a blob, and then being enveloped by the blob, but being more like you can actually see the visuals around him, holding a head over its body and a shield at his side.
Perhaps, maybe it's... Could be artistic interpretation of a victory. Just an outline of you with the enemy's head on it. You know, like that, heroic aura they tend to attribute to people in battle. But why would they have a shield of you? Or not, a hide armor of you is the real question.
Why would it be?
If that was it.
I can understand hiding it, but yeah, why would they have this type of mural here?
Just to reiterate as well, I mean, as a person of religion, Zacharias looks at his armor and definitely also sees it like this basically feels like an item of worship, almost.
Okay.
It looks like it hasn't necessarily ever been used.
Oh.
It looks well.
Okay.
It looks well preserved, and such. But it basically looks like an item of remembrance or like worship or something like that.
Alright. Huh. How long has it been since that battle? Or since you've been here, Deanna?
Sure.
Oh.
In terms of being here, I know I left when I was around 14. That's what I
And
said
during
last session, right?
I don't know.
People are
You could say
taking
your
notes.
teenage years.
I would imagine you would have left at either like pre-adulthood or like right at the cusp of adulthood, basically.
Yeah,
Like, his
around
lineal
that time.
family would not been able to
I
like
said
hold you
16.
back anymore because yeah.
I said 16.
Okay.
I said 16, not 14. I left when I was 16 and double checking Deanna's age. It's been about 15 years since I've been away.
And this battle that you remembered as you apparently passed out? How old are you then?
That would be when I was 31.
No, that would
AKA right
basically
now.
be like that would be like in his timeline would be this year, with the
Mhm.
exception that like the locations and such, like putting the
Have
clues
changed.
together, like he is displaced 500 years in time.
Mhm.
Like 𝓮𝓼 was new when 𝓮𝓺𝓷𝓮'𝓼 was around.
But this is something that only he really knows, or would we sort of know?
How
This is
you would
something I
not
wanted
know
to
because
pass
you were not there.
Oh, right, I came after that. Okay,
Oh,
I came after.
we found out that Deanra is, well, he remembers 𝓮𝓼 when it was new.
Well, he remember the news of 𝓮𝓼 when it was new.
Well, he remembers news of 𝓮𝓼 when it was new.
But 𝓮𝓼 is old. It's
Yeah.
kind of... Huh.
About 500
What's
600
the...
years old, in fact.
What's the significance of this place to you, Deanna? If I may ask.
This is my hometown.
And this building?
This is where our town's jarl was. This is essentially his homestead.
Were you and the Yara close?
Back then, not so much. But we had a mutual respect for one another. I knew that when times were tough, especially with our type of mercenary militiamen, I could always count on him to come with his best men to assist. That's what I did during my final memory. Called upon the Jarl's assistance, and he helped me into battle.
Wait, this is your final memory?
Before I woke up here at the beach.
Yeah, Sakurai's you vaguely remember waking up at a beach as well.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I didn't know
But
that.
Again, like
This
certain
armor
like
seems
very
like... Sorry, go ahead.
vague memories are shared between everyone. Like waking up
Yeah.
on a beach, like traveling to 𝓮𝓬, going to 𝓮𝓼,
All that stuff
going to
there.
the
Okay.
underground. Like basically the entire adventure up so far, everyone has like a passing note of it, but like knowing, oh, like 𝓮𝓺𝓷 is displaced in time, but like you found out like how long, but you wouldn't necessarily know how long until you ask someone else.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. He wasn't with the main group at that point. He wasn't his mind at the scouting group.
Yeah, but you still like you would have heard rumors
Yeah.
that like they found out that 𝓮𝓺𝓷 apparently is displaced through time for some reason.
Yeah, rumors, but not exact details.
Meanwhile, with this setup, theoretically speaking, 100 people could have woken up on that damn beach,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like 100 people could have woken up at the beach, and like 95 of them said, "You know what? We're gonna make a forward group. You guys, you're the main group here. We're just gonna spread out and gather information.
Yeah.
We're all buds, right? Old fellow amnesiacs here."
Okay. Then I'm not sure. This armor seems to have a lot of reverence, even if it kind of matches your story a little bit. But it's remarkably preserved, as if it was never used.
Yeah.
But they are, and you weren't that close, then I don't know why he'd have something of this. I don't know why.
Unless you died later on during that fight. Or he thought you did. For a bit.
Deanna's gonna take another look at the mural, and he'll simply say, "If
I feel stupid to say, roll me another one. Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
even if I were to quote unquote die, Why does it look like a blob then instead of a troll? That's my thing.
Well, you
No,
have
no,
the head
so-
of a creature.
So you can see the troll's head in your hand, and surrounding both you, the head, and the shield in the last image, just have sort of like a blob, just sort of thinly outlining it. But then you have the frame above that. You see yourself, sort of like one shield hanging out of a blob that's completely obscuring you when you're sort of like lying down or something like that. So the blob and the
Oh.
troll's head, like you can see a creature, like you're standing on a creature, you're holding its head, but the blob is surrounding you, and it's not necessarily part of the creature. But then again, you can draw whatever you want from that. If you're thinking, although the creature wasn't a blob, was a troll, that is up to you to draw.
So
Right.
you said that you blacked out and then found the thing in your head.
And you're
Whatever.
you're not wrong.
Could be
I mean, I
as
just saw
possessed
him
if you
melt.
blacked out. Yeah.
As I point to Gwog.
I thought you meant just us turning gray over here.
No. He melted further into the ground and into a shadow. Ribbit.
By the way, important thing I think I should mention at this stage, in case you aren't aware. The ritual sent us to the plane of shadows. This entire town along with us, it seems. That's why our color is changing a bit, as he just pointed out so they can check themselves.
Oh, Ribbit. What? You were so pink and purple. I go and give her a love. I can kind of touch him now.
Yeah, like it feels like you can quite literally like stroke his back and sort of see the hide just sort of slightly moving.
Yeah.
Like
I
before,
I can
like,
give him
nothing,
really,
but now you can...
really hard scritches, and it'll feel like soft scritches.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure exactly what your armor could be depicting. My guess is just some heroic moment you had, and that being the outline, as if you were empowered or something.
Possible.
Considering everything that's going on with their shadows, I don't know. It could be why we ended up on the beach, or you ended up on the beach.
We need more details, but it's a possibility.
You mentioned shadows.
Yeah.
Before Deanna says anything out of character, did you actually mention the armor's ability?
Yes, I mentioned everything that the DM said.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would know.
I just
you would
made
know
you
this,
take the
like,
notes because I'm too lazy.
Fair.
Yeah. So you would know that the armor's ability involves like being able to like move better, like almost like it's sort of blending into the shadows and such. And that and the whole thing of when you look at it like with a second like thought in your mind, like you can think to yourself, well, yeah, like this hide armor definitely appears to be like made with shadows in mind when it comes to the chosen like hide and like fur lining and such. Like this definitely. I mean, if you want to call it anything, you can call it shadow hide.
I like that name.
I do think you should wear it, Deanna.
I should. There's only a bit of a problem if I were.
It's not proficient in it.
I'm not
You don't know how to
proficient
wear medium armor?
at it. I don't know how to move while in medium armor. I would need to spend some time kind of training in order to kind of get used to it.
I would say sorry about this, but keep in mind this was a completely randomized item from a table.
It was a completely randomized generated item that came with a mural. Let's be honest here. This is swag beyond swag.
I mean,
I rolled a 100 on magic abilities to it, which was basically add special ability and roll again. And then I rolled a +3.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
I mean-
then,
Well,
beyond everything, I rolled a shadow on the special abilities chart.
Imagine, dude, that is such a great RNG line
yeah,
to get.
Guag, this
For some
was
reason, the
completely
Fates
randomly
very much
generated
likes to
item.
give me things.
Oh lord. RNG blessed
Um,
or cursed.
Yeah, but then
I-
again, it's only for inconsequential things, apparently.
I can teach you how to move in medium armor.
That'd be delightful. For now, we should. Deanna kind of hold his head as he sets the armor down for the moment. Probably find a place to rest.
Keep
We've
in
been try-
mind, the only thing you get as a bonus from being a brawler when it comes to wearing light armor is the AC
Is my
bonus.
AC bonus, yeah.
Yeah,
And right
Which
now it's
hasn't
only at a
increased up-
+1.
which has it hasn't increased up in one more level, and it gets to a +2.
No, in 2 more levels, it becomes +2.
The one did you roll with a +8 on the 100 then?
Because remember,
It's
I'm 7
it
levels
says here-
Brawler and
oh
1
right,
level
one
at Wolf
level
and
from
Guard.
Never mind. Never mind.
He's level 8. He just doesn't have all levels in Brawler.
Hi, Aldera.
Hi, Aldera.
Ha.
Dane just got knocked the fuck out by looking at a shadowy piece of armor.
Yep.
And now I have a major headache.
Yep.
Oh yeah, like it's throbbing.
Ooh.
No, don't worry, it's in character, Aldera. It's in character, not out of character.
Still though, it still fits.
It
It
does,
still
oh
fits.
God. We should take some time to rest. We've been traversing the town in the snow for a long while.
He's one
We
step
should-
closer to death by wisdom drain.
Let's bring in the car and horses here then, and then we can use one of the buildings, maybe this one, to sleep.
You know, the Jarl's place has already been mostly cleaned out. There's nothing in here but furniture, so
I
The
mean,
fact
you
that I
could try
managed
find
to
your own home.
we could try and find my own home. But it'd probably be easier to kind of rest in a secure location as far as we know, and the place is more secure than the Longhouse.
I mean, I don't know if it's very secure. You just put a hole in it.
I put a hole in the floor.
That's still a hole. Ribbit.
The fact that one table made a hole, yes, that speaks value. Like, this is not a... Like, the word... Well, then again, you did say it was stone walls. But you
Mhm.
have wood flooring.
Oh, guys, I have to move upstairs. So it's gonna kick
Oh,
me.
that's fine.
Emotional
moment.
ruffle stop of sleeping in your own home.
Oh yeah, just all the nightmares.
All the
I mean, you're
neighbors.
fun. You have a -2 to your will saves right now. I could majorly fuck you with that.
Oh,
It's not just a -2. Until I get that drain cured, that's a permanent -1. After I heal up all the wisdom damage.
Ain't I a stinker? Anyways.
But Deanna will say that we should at least rest here in the Longhouse.
Sure thing.
It's the closest area we could get the horses here easier than trying to go and find his old homestead.
Your horses is back in 𝓓𝓷𝓵 den. You got a reindeer.
A reindeer, sorry.
He's not sorry.
Undead reindeer! Let's kill them now. And sacrifice them to Llamastu. Let's do it. Hashtag yeah.
I mean, if you wanna make sacrifices to anything, Vivian could tell you that you have you had not only one but technically 10 deities in this plane alone.
Oh,
You have 𝓮𝓺𝓵𝓙, which
Oh, 𝓮𝓵𝓙𝓚. Oh no. not
𝓮𝓵𝓙,
him.
which either was or is imprisoned in the shadow plane.
One of the two.
was or
So-
is? Huh.
One of the
Yeah,
two.
This is a dumb question to ask.
Is he
Yeah?
gonna come up?
Because Kage did pop out, pop back in, do we get another will save?
Oh, it's not a dumb question at all. That's an interesting one. I think it's a fair question.
She's just moving.
I
I mean,
know.
if you've
Nope, I want to roll.
if you're that desperate for another
I'm
attempt at
extremely desperate.
redeeming yourself, I'd be
Fuck yes,
willing.
give it
But
to me.
No, no, I can't do shit with my
Let the
negative
guag
2.
roll. The guag can do it, bro. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Anyways. But yeah, Deanna was just kind of hunkering down here in order to rest for the evening. Or
Yeah.
if for the
Big enough
8 hours,
space.
because we no longer have an evening.
Like, spend any healing while you got it, I would say, before we go for the rest.
Oh yeah, definitely. Expend any healing. Right now, Deanna's currently back at max health thanks to Vivian.
I'm at half off, is why I say that.
Oh yeah, definitely. You need healing.
okay.
My
So what healing
still
do you
up.
want to expend before sleeping, Zacharias?
I do have the wand of
Because
cure light wounds I could use.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Let me see.
Welcome.
Did I disappear or am I
No.
just quiet?
You're here.
Okay.
I gave it up as an option to the others if you disappeared or not.
That's fine. I just need to know because I can no longer roll physical dice.
Boo!
Aww.
Yeah.
But the
At least we
quick
had some fun with the
claps.
rubbers.
The rubbers rolled 2 19s and a 4.
Also, it's not click clack day and it's bounce.
True, bounce,
They
bounce.
legitimately bounced. That first 19 almost bounced off my desk.
You need to get yourself like a spherical mesh that you just sort of just toss the rubber dice and just watch them bounce all over the cage. Anyways. So
No,
you guys
love
do
my
some
rubber
healing
dice.
before bedtime.
Yes. Either by Vivian or I use the wand either.
I can Vivian it.
Okay.
Anyone got any things of restoration to help me with my super headache?
Nope.
No. Do you realize how much that costs?
The guag's got you, bro. He gives you a kiss in the head. He gives you a forehead kiss. Mwah, a smacker.
I mean, to be fair, you can cast Lesser Restoration at no cost, but that drain requires at least 100 gold worth of diamond dust.
Yeah, we don't got no diamond dust here.
Yeah, at least not yet.
Yeah, it doesn't restore permanent ability drain.
All
We
this
can
is
cure
thanks, Squad.
temporary ability
I blew him a
damage.
kiss. Besitos, bro.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one still left damage. That's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the only one still left damage.
Yeah, because I was all the way off the other doing a freaking standoff of bleeding. But yeah.
Yeah, no,
Who there's?
Heyo.
Oh,
Yeah.
the corgi.
Oh,
Yeah.
Corgi.
Oh, Gogi!
We get a
That means
corgi.
that's her. Here she is.
The barking star. Damn, we got that shit ready, huh?
yeah,
That was
I'll heal
fast.
him up to, close.
Alright.
I apparently
I'm at-
took a long rest according to my sheet.
Huh.
Or didn't save.
One of the two.
I know I used a lot of lay on hands on Dane, but I know
Yeah, you
I
did.
also
You
have channels and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll let you know when it gets close to my max if you want to roll. Because I don't know if we're going to get attacked or not.
You're not fatigued or any of that bullshit, right?
No, I passed my fatigue roll.
Okay, cool. Okay, it is 5d6.
Yeah, one would probably be, unless you roll super low, one may be enough.
That's 16.
Actually, no, it's not 16. It's 18. 8. It's 8. Sorry.
Wait, it's 8?
Oh no! Oh no! I know
Okay.
what. Okay.
because you are closer to the
Negative.
closer to the
Negative plane?
you're closer to the negative plane than you are to the positive plane. Your healing is strained.
That should be
Also,
on.
I just noticed what you did with Bunbun's image. It's like I got a little Koji-en. Koji-en.
Yeah?
You were supposed to be on. You were not on. Why are you not on?
Does Vivian mention anything about the healing? Or nah?
That didn't feel right.
Yeah, so
Also-
all positive energy from either spells or special abilities have been halved.
Not right. How, Vivian?
It felt diminished. Not right. Do you want me to try again?
We'll see. I'm not 100%, but I think I'm fine for now, if anything.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Actually, I'll take the full watch as I cast Keep Watch on myself.
Keep watch. The ultimate champion.
Liaisons.
I mean, that's what you get when you have essentially three.
Oh no, we lost Corky.
When you have three divine casters
Yeah.
in the one party.
I know, right?
3 divine casters and a alcohol drinker.
Hey.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about you.
Just like my Gwog.
Oh, okay.
The
Hey!
joke is that all of Gwog's elixirs are just different forms of alcohol that give him powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he also has the ability to know all cursing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still not
He's like
taking that
pulling
back, by the
alcohol.
way.
Yeah, don't do it. It's
Taking
great.
that back.
It's great.
It's there. It's a permanent part of him.
Yeah, Zacharias just volunteers to take watch for the night since he has his magic for it.
Yeah, we need that in the other campaign, bro. Keep watching. None of us fucking
It doesn't
have it.
exist. It doesn't exist in 5, I don't think.
Really?
It-
It sadly does not.
It does not exist. Because 5e,
Oh.
5e fully heals you on a rest. Pathfinder does not. That's part of the thing.
Also, 5e, you can still get a long rest with a 2-hour,
That's right.
watch.
Yeah, the short rest. Oh, okay. Never
Also,
mind.
I just noticed
Yeah.
as well that Keep Watch affects 2 creatures' touch per level.
Oh, wow, so I can do 4 people.
Per 2 level.
Huh.
But everybody's awake now.
I can do 4.
Yeah, you can technically do 4 people. Yeah.
Just make sure
I
one of
just
them's not geared up.
how have we not noticed that until now?
I don't know. I'm looking up on the site to make sure I didn't copy it down or understand it. I've never realized that utility of it. I've never realized that.
College study spell. Keep watch. Cram for exams.
Yeah, I've never realized it as multiple. I've always treated it as just one.
But yeah.
Yeah,
So-
me too.
So yeah, do you just do the 2 casts of healing on Zacharias before you leave it be, or
He told me only to do 1, he'd be fine.
One is fine.
okay?
I'll cast it on Vivian.
Uh,
I'll let Gwog and Yenna actually sleep.
Praise.
Roll me a D100 to see if you manage to touch the incorporeal creature.
No.
Alright, let's see. Do you have to call it or not?
Let's just have it be low,
Low? Okay.
just for this time.
Gotcha. Nope,
Oh.
Odd says
wow.
no.
86.
Dear
Yeah,
God.
I mean, here's the thing: if you would have called I'll say low. When I said low, I mean standard, as in like low is failure, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I meant.
Okay.
Very nice.
No, you
Ironically, I was
You
gonna.
successfully touched the frog.
Yes, you did.
And this is the
you
first time you have
notice-
touched the frog.
You do notice that Vivian is more corporeal right here, right now, than she was like back in the material plane. Like you actually feel some tactile feedback when you reach out, like to touch her shoulder for keep watch. But like unlike before, like when she would heal you, like it would basically just feel like cold chill going through you when she would cast like lay on hands. But when she
Yeah.
heals you, like you could sort of feel partially a touch. Technically speaking, there is still a mischance because of incorporeal, but because of the circumstances of Vivian, that corporealness has been reduced from a 50% chance to a 20% mischance.
Oh, okay.
Hey, just partial miss
If you-
concealment.
Could you roll me a knowledge planes?
Sure thing. Hey, we got someone. 13.
Welcome
Damn
back,
it,
Oh,
Corey.
dice.
another corgi.
Okay, yeah. You don't have an explanation for this. Sorry.
Okay. That's weird. I actually felt you a bit that time.
Yeah, it was really fun. I could poke the
Aw.
ender in the forehead. And he actually
Bad
felt it.
connections. Hmm.
Strange, but maybe it's an improvement. Cited on your condition. I don't know.
Well, I also feel dizzy. So, let's not call it that.
Yeah, there's usually a trade-off for things.
You sort of just feel sick all the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, during the night, like right now you're getting rest from rest and shelter, with a bedroll. So based on how we're doing, you're supposed to get back your level plus Constitution modifier in hit points. So Zacharias is supposed to get what's your con modifier?
my con, I think, is 1. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
So
you're supposed
9.
to get back 9. You're supposed to get back 9 hit points.
Yeah. That's me now.
But
Oh,
for some odd reason, you don't get back 9 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
You get back let's call it 1.5 times that. So you get back 13 instead.
Whoa.
What?
13
Natural healing boost. Hell yeah.
for some odd reason, you don't recall being this invigorated sleeping basically in a non-heated inn like ever. Like you've slept out like you've slept out like in the boonies like for the past few weeks. And you could say like partially you feel like, oh, while we're indoors, like it's less cold, it's gonna be a better sleep, but you don't recall like having this good of a rest like in ages, like even when you slept in an inn. Like for some reason sleeping maybe it's just sleeping in this Yal's place, but sleeping here feels more invigorating than anything.
Seems her senses get dulled, but
That goes
Rest
for
is
everyone.
better.
If you're regaining health naturally, you take the total of your health plus Constitution modifier and then times it by 1.5. You're supposed to get back 10, you get back 15. You're
use that.
supposed to get back 9, you add 4 to that, and get 13.
Hmm.
But yeah, so all natural healing is boosted by 1.5 times.
Sweet.
For an unexplained reason.
Okay, so I used to hit max HP then from that rest.
I'm very happy that you chose to not continue healing.
My character likes to have at least a little natural healing with it. Magic is nice, but just a little bit of that
Yeah.
mixed in usually.
So you all like get up in the morning and you don't recall ever being so you don't recall being so refreshed in a long while.
How much damage do I heal?
Are you damaged?
Wisdom.
He means his stats.
You just heal one. Stats for the sake of fairness, 1.5 times 1 is still 1.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's worse. Okay, thank you.
Because we round down. Because Pathfinder rounds
Yeah.
down.
Mm-hmm. Which helps and there's equal measure.
Yeah.
Well, I can look what level letter restoration is.
If I remember correctly, Greater Restoration would be 5th level?
I don't have greater. I don't get 5th level spells, dude.
Oh, right.
I don't for a long
You
time.
do get lesser. You do get lesser restoration as a first level paladin spell, though.
Yes, I do.
I want to say you
I
get
will-
restoration as a second or a third.
Well, I have one of those prepared today for Deanna.
You actually could prepare Restoration?
Yes!
Let's see.
I
is
can
restoration-
prepare
Holy-
lesser
I
restoration.
misspelled this too.
Is,
Huh.
is lesser restoration a 1d4 on 1 or
1d4.
okay? So roll me 1d4.
Although I'm navigating all of this while laying down. Because why not?
Why not?
Oh, look, I heal him. Oh,
There's
no,
one
wait.
left.
No, there's one left.
No. If that's curing my damage, that removes all
No,
damage.
no, no. That is everything because he just healed one from resting.
Oh,
still
he
has
has the
the one
permanent
drain.
one. Okay.
He still has the one drain, so he still has the -1 to his regular, but
Yeah.
all the damage is gone. So you go from a -2 to your wisdom to a -1 to your wisdom.
Yeah, which thankfully just puts me at 0 wisdom. Which is nice. 0 wisdom modifier, not 0 wisdom total.
So 11 then.
Yeah. Thank you, Vivian.
You're welcome.
I'm just gonna get up, stretch. Oh, nice sleeping in this place.
Good. Better than usual.
One moment. I'm gonna go throw up in the corner.
Not here. I can't stop you. Let's make sure you at least clean it up.
I mean, if you want me to go outside, I'll go outside.
Please.
I'm still not feeling good.
I'll come and follow. As Deanna make sure to get his stuff ready before following after Vivian, who goes puke.
So about 20% of ectoplasm just lays on the surface of the floor after the DD is done. She doesn't have any here, not anymore. She used to, but then she lost it when she lost her body.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I haven't exactly eaten in a few days.
No, you had the tea from 2 months ago. The
Yeah.
tea and cupcake.
Yeah.
Actually, oh god.
What?
Oh no, I can make this horrible.
No, no.
So since you've been walking around and this place is dusty, and you're feeling more of a connection to this place physically, dust has just sort of been collecting in your stomach as
Oh.
you're walking
Oh
around.
god.
So it's less of puking that comes up and more dry heaving, and then just a cloud of dust just expelled from your body.
Oh.
Deanna's giving her the back pats. I think the saying goes, there.
Oh, God.
Well,
Oh,
technically
I don't want
speaking,
to think
magically she
about
doesn't need
lungs.
to breathe. She's incorporeal.
We need to leave here as soon as possible.
We need to find a way to get out of here then.
As while they're outside, Zekra is just gonna change the wrapping for the head since at this point it's very much soaked through.
Rias.
Yeah.
Deanna's essentially making sure once he's fully fit to head on out with the group, he's going to ask, do you happen to know a way to get out of here?
Not really. I'm sure there's an exit somewhere, but beats me where that could be.
Means we're either going to have to traverse the shadow plane itself or pray to God that there's an exit here in Winterhaven. Or a way to get Winterhaven out of here.
And we might also search here. They wanted this place in the Shadow Realm for some reason. So,
Yeah.
it's better to deny them that reason, I would say. If we can at all.
Why did they bring Winterhaven here?
Beats me, I don't speak their language.
Oh, damn it, I just remembered. So, while you guys have been walking around, you just sort of have the one skeleton from Patches are sort of idly following you in the background. I
Lovely.
forgot about that one. I mean, they're not necessarily not necessarily following you like at like shoulder pace, but something in it is
Failing.
telling it, "Oh, friends, I'm gonna follow them." So yeah, like you got a skeleton following you at a 30-foot pace.
Hey DM.
Hmm?
Never mind. I just realized I could
I'm
just
just
add
gonna lay on Raw today.
Sounds like a plan there. Actually, let me check something now. I think on it. Do we have?
Yeah, let's have a quick 5-minute toilet break, shall we?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. Let's
When
take
I
a break,
move
everyone.
Just your
The
tuberculosis getting
goggles, I
worse.
do nothing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dane put a failsafe in, or Dane, you put a failsafe in, so that way we couldn't continue without you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one with gems in my eyes.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
are. We're creating worlds like over time.
Don't you know what the failsafe was?
Game
The
overlay.
screen.
The screen.
Well, here's the thing. As far as I can see it, I'll just need to boot up my stream and then we can continue.
True. Just switch over partway.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck Dane.
I mean,
you're
I'm
gonna
a
be
few
done.
clicks away from sharing. Like, I'm just a few clicks away from sharing a player point of view on Roll20.
Don't you mean a godlike point of view?
Yeah, I want to see what
No,
God looks like.
no, because
No,
then
no,
you
no,
guys
come
can
on.
see what I'm planning. But yeah.
Anyways, hi everyone, we're
Shall we
back.
So, you guys awake in the morning. Ahmed is currently staring at you from
Cool.
30 feet away, just sort of creepily standing there.
Cool.
What do? You want to have him carry the shadow armor? I mean, he's proficient in it.
Oh, he is.
You do have a different set of armor else than you're using for him, but true.
I would not be
I mean,
comfortable letting him wear this.
I mean, it might be less that he's proficient in it, more that he isn't necessarily.
Hindered as much.
He isn't necessarily bothered by the penalties of it.
Not true. Speaking of that kind of stuff,
Look,
Zekro should want to look back at that old armor we found in the Fastergrim's pond, see what type of armor it even was. Because we just marked it as old armor, and we didn't really see what kind of armor it was.
What arm were you referring to?
The one we found in the pool of the Fastergrim. It was old armor, not common design,
yeah, that
but then
was,
it's still preserved.
It was ancient Ulfin armor. It was just like rotten through. Well, not rotten through, like partially rotten through or something like that. Like you could imagine, it could be like 500 or 1,000 years old. But basically, like I mentioned this before, you can find white Vikings, like dead Vikings, in Norway to this day. Or at least
Yeah,
we found
true.
dead Vikings because we found them buried in the swamps, which
Mhm.
kept them very well
Preserved.
preserved.
Yeah.
Basically mummified them, and
Okay.
basically like, it would be sort of that sort of people that you found. But yeah,
But would it be like medium armor, heavy armor, like?
yeah, I want to say that it would have been like the ancient armors and such would have been hide armors and such.
I don't know.
Mediums.
Okay.
Like maybe one of them was light, but like usually medium. I mean, essentially Draugr. They were drowned ones.
Okay. And yeah, I'll mark it as hide then for this one that we got. Yeah, you could be matching. At least a little bit.
But yeah, so what do you guys do? You wake up. You want to do? Do you want to just wander around Whiterun a bit more? Do you want to try to travel? In which so, where do you want to go?
I think our best bet's probably to investigate Winterhaven.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
They took it here to the Shadow Plane for a reason.
I'm gonna do something that I might regret later, but oh well.
Quick map.
And again, I'm sorry. This is a thing that only the people with.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god.
Lord.
I mean, it is.
It is.
But basically, what I just did was I posted it as free real estate meme of the GIF. Because hey, I mean, no one lived there. It was free real estate. Let's bring it to our place.
Yeah.
Dollars now.
Yeah,
But
everyone's
so
gonna.
you guys are just So where do you want to go, basically?
Elias turns to Yenra.
Yeah, you do know the place. As I'm laying on Raw, trying not to throw up dust again.
Deanna's thinking. What would be a good reason to take Winterhaven here, aside from the fact that it was abandoned? Double checking something.
He's opening his diary. Quick peek.
DM.
Oh, hold on. Let me get my whip. Okay, I'm ready. What's up?
Oh. May I roll knowledge local or knowledge nature? To
Are you trying to
deduce.
Are you trying to find out like why the hell did we take this place?
Yes.
I would call that a very hard sense motive and not a knowledge one.
Okay.
Like knowledge, if you know what they are, you might be able to find out like why they might do it. But if you don't have anything to go based on, you need to try to discern a motive first.
All right. Sense motive 13. Fuck.
Nah, no. You have literally no idea. Like, you have seen one building so far, and it's already been looted by the looks of it. I mean, unless they want to loot the building itself, but that's just preposterous in your mind.
I literally have nothing to work on with why they would take this place.
I have an out of character thing, but I can't.
Is it what I'm about to say?
It was gonna be, does guac have tongues?
What does that mean?
Yes, we
Oh,
tongue
it's
tongues.
Speak other languages.
Speak other languages? No. Besides what I have listed? No. Goblin,
It's a
common.
spell.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not, unfortunately. Yeah, no, definitely not. The Guag does not have that. If there's cursing to be done, the Guag is more than happy to help.
Fortunately, we need it in order to talk to a skull that's currently animated in a bag.
Well, you can't
Again,
do
this
that
is a
specific
character.
one.
It is
but-
also thoroughly dripped through with blood right now because he did not properly drain the head blood.
Nope,
Yeah.
I like it for intimidation.
What's the name of the dude from Norse mythology who Odin gave him his eye? Mimir? Ymir?
Mimir.
There we go.
I
Yeah,
believe.
him.
Mimir.
We have
Thank
him
you,
in
God
the
of War.
bag.
Thank you, God of War.
God
Meanwhile,
of War. Hey, it's pretty good.
meanwhile, in Xenoblade Chronicles, Mimir is a Nopon.
Really?
Meme. Meme.
I have no idea why.
Well, buildings of note aren't in this town besides that longhouse.
Before we leave town, at least, to go investigate the outer parts, mind if we head over to my homestead?
Yeah, we can do that.
That's the only important building you think of, sure.
Yeah, that's the only place I could think of. Aside from probably the barracks.
That sounds useful to look at too.
Well, it's where all of the mercenaries kind of went when they were done with their jobs. Essentially their base of operations.
Like I said, that sounds useful too.
Yeah. Well,
Did
we'll
you
head
have
to
any
my
hidden compartments? Did you have any hidden compartments in your house, Dane? Or Dienra?
I actually would leave that to a dice roll.
Well,
Because
in that
again-
case, let's do the same. Let's do the same as last time. Roll me a D100 plus 8, and I'll tell you if you kept like a hidden stash of something or not.
We're gonna find his ancient alcohol.
It can be low. Yeah,
22.
there we go.
Yeah, no. Like you weren't. Well, pardon to say this, but you weren't smart enough to like keep stuff hidden in your house. You were pretty open about things. Like you're a military man. Like whatever you had, like you showed. Didn't necessarily keep too much cash on hand because you always spent it on polishing your shield or getting booze or getting more expensive booze or losing it on wages.
I mean,
But
this
yeah,
is
like you didn't.
before This is pre-military. Come on now.
Yeah, here's the thing. I would imagine like you would go back every once in a while, like on leave, like you would get like a month of two, like a month of 2 month or two off, which is why you still have this house. Otherwise, someone else would have taken it. Like, yeah, it's your family home, but still, like, would have been your home. Like, you would have come home every once
Wait,
in a while. I would imagine.
will that mean that within the 15 years, my parents died?
15. 500, 600, you mean?
That is
Well,
up to you, Jay.
515, yeah.
I'm just imagining, like, because
Oh.
if someone moves out and the home is no longer in use, then it's no longer your home anymore.
That is fair.
I just imagine, like, if you're a military person and you leave to like aid in the help. I mean, you're still a person. Like, they would allow you to leave at time. So like you stay with the Raven Guard for like 2 years, and you get half a year like just to fuck off and do whatever you want, and then you go back to service again. Which is how like you got back, shared stories, which is how you built up a reputation to basically be able to have the power to call upon the Jarl based on your reputation. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, no. So yeah, I guess Dino just kind of heads to his homestead with everyone.
And it is basically as looted as the. It is basically as looted as the Jarl's house was. Like, maybe find a few copper pieces strewn around, like maybe someone left them behind in a hurry. But like, it's bare bones. Like, only the heaviest of furniture is left behind. Like all the cups and stuff, they've been taken away. Like maybe like when the last people in town like left, it's like, you know what, we're gonna pack up everything and just go before abandoning it. Either that or someone that attacked the town killed everyone, buried them somewhere, and just took literally everything they could that wasn't nailed down. It is a very bare bones like situation you find yourself in. Like, it's barely even a home anymore. It's just a building with some dressers and some bed frames and such.
Is your alcohol stash okay?
I didn't
All
have
gone.
an alcohol stash.
Glock starts sniffing and then spits out whatever he was drinking. Okay.
Dino's just kind of going to more or less just kind of move around the house, obviously seeing the fact that everything was pretty much taken. But he doesn't seem to be in much of a immediate hurry as he walks through the place. Kind of as if he's living in a quick nostalgia before he gets to the side of the staircase. I used to punch this staircase every week, breaking the knuckle here and there.
You look at it and it definitely has bruises. You never broke it, but hey, you left some marks on it at least.
So his anger, she started.
Well, it's more of me trying to mimic my dad.
Oh god. Oh, I could make a horrible joke. I'm just gonna leave it be. Oh no.
Before he gets ready to leave, he will at least punch the staircase once.
The house falls down.
Roll me a damage roll.
My damage. I'm not power attacking, so I'm just going straight rolls.
Meanwhile, I'm hurriedly trying to find the hardness scale. Because wood is hard. Well, most of the time at least.
God, that morning wood. Super hard.
No, well, technically it is morning. and he's waiting
Technically it is
work,
morning.
Yeah, 5.
175. Oh, only 5? Yeah, that's
Only
not
5.
gonna... Yeah, so basically you just sort of punch it and it doesn't even, like... You don't have your heart hit it. Like, you just sort of punch it and it doesn't even increase the... It doesn't even increase the scratching that was already on there.
Yeah. This is a nice home. And he'll just let his fist kind of slide off the wood as he leaves the house as we head over to the barracks.
You sure you don't want to see your old room?
No. I don't need to see my old room.
Maybe a last chance. As a side note.
Yeah, we'll turn to look at the group. They could see that he's actually just trying to hold back, that his eyes are welling up, but he's holding it back as he'll then say, if I go and look in there, chances are I'll be tempted to fall asleep in that old bed again.
That's fine. We set the search the rest of the area. You could if you want.
Nah. We need to find out as to why they took Winter Haven. That holds more precedence than just leaving a nostalgia.
You never know. There could be a clue or something there. We don't know what we're looking for here at this point.
You're not wrong.
I'd say take 5 minutes for anything to join up with us.
Trust me, I don't have anything better to do right now. She's sprawled out on Raw.
We have preparations to make anyway with the wagon, so go ahead. Just take 5 minutes and join us up afterwards.
Yeah, I'll head back into the house, and essentially he's going to do another search check. See,
Okay.
head to his room, see if he can find any clues here.
Roll me perception.
What was but once my best skill, now hampered on the fact that my wisdom dropped, guys.
That one. Come on.
It's just perception -1.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, you're 20. Could have been 21. Okay, Dane. Okay.
It could have been a 21 though.
Yeah, like it is. I mean, you find like a couple of pieces you used to like level out your bed to make sure it didn't like rock at night. But besides that, like you only find 3 coppers in here. Like you had a. I would imagine you had a pretty modest room. I mean, with more like it was shared. It was shared with someone else. But
Yeah,
like,
I would
was,
share my room with someone else.
the only thing you would have noticed in here was like, oh, like you remembered I used 3 coppers or something like that to like level out my bed to make sure it didn't creak at night. And yeah, sure enough, like those are still there, but like the bedding is all but rotten through basically. Like, I mean, the straw used to make your bed, like that's just complete dirt at this point. The linens are like frail to the point where like you touch them and they just sort of disintegrate. And yeah, like the dresser is completely empty. Like it used to have clothing in it, but nah, no, not anymore. Like clothing all gone. But for some reason they left the the bedspread around the hay. Maybe they thought it had lice in it or something. You don't know.
In case
But
they
yeah,
had
like
guests.
yeah, like it's. But then it's still though like you're looking at a bed with a like thin like well, not moth eaten, like a thin like very
Yes.
frail like bed sheet just filled with dirt essentially. But yeah, it's but you were afraid you were gonna lay down and sleep, but unless you feel like laying down on a rock, then you don't necessarily feel that urge.
Something's amiss here, actually.
I mean, it basically feels like the whole town was looted, like ages ago.
Yeah, but
Dying. Hmm.
if it was just looted, that would be fine. Town in disrepair, that's also fine. There's only one major problem, though. As Deanna is actually slowly coming to a realization. What happened to my town?
Yeah, like, it looks like it was looted and abandoned, like literally hundreds of years ago. I'm just gonna bring attention a bit. This music is goddamn on point. I'm feel happy.
It
I feel
is.
very happy
Yeah,
with myself.
it is.
Very on point.
But yeah, like this place looks like it has been literally abandoned for centuries. Like, if you didn't know any better, like this place like is like could have been abandoned like literally like almost as long as like you've been away, more or less. You don't know. But like this feels like it's been gone for a long while. I mean, hey, you've been down in you were down in one of the Thessalonian ruins, and a lot of that down there looked in better condition than this place does. And that's been down there for literally over 1,000 years.
Yeah. Deanna's gonna head back on out as he's making some realizations. Signs of conflict, no signs of blood.
It's almost just like they got up and left. That's basically it. And then someone
Yeah.
else maybe they brought things with them, maybe they didn't. But basically, like it's almost like they just got vanished away, and then all their goods as well. But still, like it's almost like with the fact that no heavy furniture was moved, like it would have more than likely been looters. But still, though, like no conflict.
Yeah, Deanna just makes it back to his party as he shakes his head. No clues. Realizations. We need to head over to the barracks real quickly before we head out of town.
Okay, he can do that.
So you hustle over to the barracks.
Hustle over to the barracks.
Like all other buildings, the door is unlocked. You walk inside, and you basically see the same view that you've seen everywhere else. Heavy furniture, like weapon stands and armor stands standing on the places, they appear to be there, but everything that can be conceivably carried by one person is gone. Like, you look over where the spears would be, there are no spears, there's no armor on the armor stands. Actually, never mind, no armor stands whatsoever. Like, where the armor stands used to be, it's just nothing. Like, they're basically just being picked up and gone. The benches and stuff still there, like the table's still there, the cupboard's still there. You recount like down to the like down to the number how many stools there used to be like in the like cafeteria area, more or less, the grub hole, and yeah, like but you found no cups, you find no plates, you find no utensils, cookware, whatever. Not even a single like arrowhead for an arrow.
I would like to try and reason a motive out of this.
Sense motive again.
Like, out of everything, why is everything gone? Heavy furniture not moved. Everything just seems to have just gone up and left. Why?
Yeah, so yeah, with the 25, you can't necessarily understand completely why, like everyone just up and left. But one thing is crystal clear to you, and that is that like this place was apparently your best guess is that this place was found empty, which let people just at their leisure open the locks, go inside, like pick out all the items they could carry, like maybe place them on a cart, go back home, come back, like fill up another cart, and then go back. Actually just come there, like look through, like maybe a trader went there one day and found out like, hey, there's no one here, like literally absolutely no one here. Let me fill up my cart and go, and then come back with more carts, pick up everything, and then leave again. That's your best motive you can find out, like, because this, like you said, there's no sense of, there is absolutely no, like, sign of a struggle, like, anywhere. It's just looting, like, just non-destructive looting. And the only reason, like, the heavy furniture wasn't moved because, like, this is simply way too much and wasn't worth enough. But maybe if the town was more known for, like, having some more noble people here, like, they would have had more extravagant furniture, which would have been gone, but you were simple folk. Like, you had stone houses with, like, wooden floors. You would have rather simple, like, just local wood furniture. You wouldn't necessarily, like, splurge on something extravagant, given how far north you were. Like, the valuable items would have been more or less handheld and traveled by trade, like given by traders and stuff. Like, this doesn't make any other sense than this. Like, must have been a looter that got here when there was no one around. And you mean absolutely no one, like not even a soul. Why people would just up and leave the town, though? You're kind of stumped on. There is no logical conclusion to this. I mean, maybe some sort of illness, but still then you would imagine there would be some sort of an uproar, or like some sort of like skeletal leavings or something like that from dead people just left behind in the streets to die from the plague, or a plague. But yeah, there's nothing. Like, not even sign of a struggle to leave, let alone struggle of a fight. It's like everyone just got up off their chairs and just, in a very leisurely, orderly manner, went through the emergency exits and closed the doors behind them.
Something took them all. Something took all of my people here. Entire place. It was abandoned entirely before the thievery. Nothing moved. Nothing torn away. The only thing we found here was essentially the Jarl's gift, I would assume. But nothing. All the people.
I'll put a hand on his leg.
It's a very odd sensation still, just feeling, kind of half feeling just something pass through your leg, but right before that, like, oh, like, something's touching me. No way, that's through me.
I'd be coughing up. Thank you, Vivian. Can't fathom as to what would make them all vanish. I'm sorry. And I can't think of a good reason as to why they would take this place aside from the fact it was empty.
I can't answer that. I'm not apparently from here. I'm not from here, apparently.
Can't say for certain. Towns are sometimes abandoned for other reasons, but like you said, you can't think of a reason. It seems to have been a while.
Yeah. Oh, Nira is going to look to Rias, and then he'll ask, mind assisting me in a thorough check of the barracks, see if they might have had some hidden stuff.
Roll me one
Yeah,
perception
why not?
check. But yeah, like I
What?
said, roll me one perception check.
Yeah, I'll assist him.
No, the guag's really in it. Boom, done. Already rolled.
Alright.
Nat 20.
Where's
bro.
our roll? I don't see it.
It's imaginary. It's
Imaginary?
in my head. I imaginary rolled it.
Yeah, I'll assist Deanna. So I'll roll to assist now. Alright, there's your assist.
It is with a plus
Okay,
2.
Plus 2.
29.
31, more like it.
Oh no, that was with the plus
That's
2.
with the +2. You put it in there.
But yeah, so actually, fuck it. Yeah, you do find what appears to have been like sort of like a secret like armory, but it too has been utterly picked clean. Like it's like yeah, like the people who went through this place obviously had like all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Cough cough. That took 20 on the perception checks.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured that.
But yeah, like you may have found like an officer's like storeroom or something like that. But yeah, like you find nothing, like not even the single shaft for a spear.
Not even a journal.
Not even a broken arrow. Actually, yeah, better yet, like not even a pen to write a journal, or a piece of chalk or charcoal or anything. It is literally like I said, like a standard RPG player taking everything that isn't nailed down went through here.
They no shame. They left nothing here.
And now we lay on the guilt feelings of people that play RPGs like that, just stealing everything.
That's
We
what I
have
was thinking, honestly. That's what I was thinking the entire time.
Andy joined the campaign and peaced out really quickly, like 500 years ago. He came, he robbed everything, then he ran away.
Sorry, I got good IRL news.
Good, sure.
And
What's
that is-
up?
I
good
lost
raise.
my pentagram like 3 weeks ago,
Oh.
and I just found it.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Yay!
Yay!
Great, good times come on.
Well, trying to find nail clippers. I also found those.
Hey, just because something's lost, doesn't mean it doesn't want to be found.
Yeah.
Usually means there's only found, but
Anyway, I'm outside the building.
Very nice.
Yeah. And here's the thing: he broke the pots and took the shards with him because they're antiques now.
Damn bastards. Alright. Thanks for the assistance, Rias.
Also, if this was Skyward Sword Link, he would have slept in all the beds as well. But yeah.
Well, we have nowhere to go except into the shadows now.
which direction is the question?
Yeah, like, let's bring it to overworld travel. Where do you want to go? Like, where is your goal now? Do you want to continue with your original route and try to return to Tervik? What do you want to do?
Closest anchor might be the ice spire.
The
That's all I can think.
the ice spire has, from your recollection, like I said earlier, the ice spire is essentially like a dungeon entrance. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah.
There's rumors about it being like this place of evil. Like it might have like a 𝓓𝓪 like living in its like underground. It might be an entrance to the underground or something like that, Underdark, Darklands basically. Or like it's a mad scientist laboratory that throws over in a crazy experiment. Like you only ever hear like bad things about the Ice Spire. It's not really a place where you go, it's more of a place you avoid. Which is why it is marked.
Yeah, our best bet will probably be to head over 𝓬𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼. The ice spire was more or less a hazardous guess, but the smart decision would be try and see if we can make our way back to 𝓬𝓪𝓷 in the shadow.
We wouldn't
Yeah.
be so close to that town, though.
I mean,
That's the question.
your original plan was basically like, okay, by the time we get like to Winterhaven, the river's more than likely going to be frozen over, so we can just take a shortcut back.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in that case, you're just going to start moving towards the Ice Spire, or at least where you think the Ice Spire will come into view eventually. Is that it?
I would say yes. What about everyone else?
Sure. I don't know this area well.
Okay. So, you get on your cart. On one end, if Vivian like just sits there very still up against the back end of the cart, she finds out if she's at the back end of the cart before it starts moving, she can manage to stay inside the cart now. That's how corporeal she is right now.
That is exactly what I'm doing, and occasionally turning over to puke out the back of the car.
Well, you turn over, like you turn out to puke, and then like you sort of lose grip on the cart, and you sort of fly out through the back again. Like that is the sort of tenuous hold. It's like surface tension, like the way you can float a metal nail on water. Like as long as you don't move it too much, it can stay there on top. But like the moment you jostle it, it just sort of sinks to the bottom.
Guag here's cursing.
He just curiously looks over.
But yeah, like
From where she was sitting, she's no longer sitting and is flying out the back of the car.
Out of curiosity, can the skeleton keep up with the car or not?
Oh, the skeleton is just full on booking, like.
Okay, so it's keeping it far wrong.
doing,
Okay.
He's doing a full marathon sprint behind. Like, he's keeping a pace of 30 feet like usual. So when Vivian loses grip of the cart, if she doesn't actively choose to stay up to it, she will be like right beside the skeleton as she's being dragged along.
Then she would scream, "Stop the cart! Start the cart! I want back in!"
I want Mr. Oh goodness me! You want off Mr. Bones' wild ride? Oh no!
No, I don't. I will ask them to stop the carts that way I can get back in.
No, that's what he's saying.
Mr. Bones' wild ride is when you're being dragged behind the cart because you're right beside Mr. Bones.
No, thank you.
So yeah, that happens like a couple of times every day. But here's the thing: you find yourself traveling. Like you travel one day, like every once in a while, like the landscape looks weird. You exit, like you're within the town. Like it looks fine. You step out of the town boundaries, like you see quite literally like a circle divider in the floor. You can see the boundaries between where the snow starts and where the shadow ground begin. Because it's not like a complete one-to-one transfer between material and shadow plane. Like you've just based on passive wisdom knowledge with planes. I don't think you've done like a proper planes check yet.
Zachariah says that's it.
Just done with but that's to find out where you were basically.
Yeah, that's it.
Just with past, like you know that the shadow plane is more or less like a shadow of the material plane. But as you're traveling, you find that it's not like all the time. like you see bits and pieces of the material plane bleed through. Like you see a. Actually, I would like to refer you all to world setting in the Free Souls Discord. If you don't have access to the Discord and don't mind not having it, just go onto Google and search for 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 𝓛𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, and that'll essentially get you an image of what this looks like. I want to refer you to image number 4, more or less, because
Four,
like,
okay.
where you see vegetation, like you see shriveled trees,
Yeah.
in like places where like that would make sense to the landscape. If you see buildings you're passing by, it looks like ruins. Like you don't see any buildings right now, but like I said, like it's like looking for a veil and seeing like an approximation of what should be there. Have you ever played Murdered Soul Suspect or seen it being played?
I've seen it.
Okay, so imagine like those like old Boston buildings that just sort of like has a soul to them, to say it like that. That
Okay,
just bleed
yeah.
into the real world. Imagine that, but like you can't touch. You can touch them and pass through them. Like if they're there. Like you see a tree, you can pass through the tree, but then see another tree like literally like a few feet besides it, and it's like shriveled and died up. Every
Yeah.
once in a while, you'll find something that looks like it might be edible, but you're a bit unsure. But yeah, but oh god, oh no, is this Colosseum? Are we in Oran right now?
We might
Please.
be.
Well, in that case, I'm just gonna one moment. I need to break character right now. I need to
Okay.
get my main man here. I'm gonna spam the ever-living hell out of a link. One moment. There we go. A theme so nice I had to place it thrice. Anyways, that aside, so you've finished with the first day of travel, and you find it very odd because you have half passed your travels for the first day, and you can already see the Shadow Spire. The Ice Spire. Like, at least what appears to be a shimmering reflection of it in the distance. Like, it's, like, yeah, like, you've basically only gone half a day, and you could already see it. And by the night, like, you're practically at a point where you can look over to your left, and you can see the Ice Spire, like, at least a shadowy approximation of the Ice Spire. Just like a couple of like half a kilometer to kilometer like off to the
Whoa.
distance to your left.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Convoy.
But yeah, like you guys just covered like the same amount of ground you normally would in like 4 days in a span of 1 day. Travel in this plane appears to be either somewhat like faster or somewhat erratic. It's hard to tell, but travel appears to be faster in this place, in comparison to the material plane.
That was rather quick.
Yeah, it was.
Are we sure we don't want to check out that place? Because it seems like it's a lot closer now.
I mean, I don't mind.
I worry if we do go there. It's a dangerous place if we were to approach it in the real world.
Mhm.
Might be more dangerous if we approach it here.
More or less. But it also may have a way out of here, too.
It is some sound logic, but it is worrying.
We don't have to
While
delve
you're
too deep if
traveling,
it gets too dangerous, but yeah.
Uh,
Good.
While you're traveling, give me one perception roll.
I say Guag does the perception roll,
Oh,
seeing as
okay.
how he has the highest perception.
I got you. 28.
Damn, that's a good
28.
skill monkey.
Dude, I have a 15
So-
out of 13. So yeah, cool. No, plus 13.
So just going throughout like the town of Winterhaven, like he would have heard that like not a whole lot of winds happen in this place. But like when he's like out on the trail, like every once in a while, he could have sworn he heard the wind just sort of whooshing by. He couldn't necessarily see anything like out of the ordinary, but he could have sworn that at some point something was breathing down his neck.
Oh, fun.
Like you get an ever-present feeling like something is watching you.
Guag would instinctively pinch some dirt right over his shoulder.
So in other words, you got a feeling somebody's watching you. Musical reference.
Does it feel targeted, or is it just like a general gaze?
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's just a general like the general like
Yeah,
trope of I'm being watched.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can't tell if the group is being watched or you specifically is being watched. It's been
But-
hard to tell that, and without like more detailed input.
Of
But
course.
you got a feeling like you're being followed by something or someone.
Okay. Guag would start
Imagine.
scratching and sniffing, and then run to the back of the wagon, and then run to the front, and then run to the back.
He starts
but
scratching
he
and
comes
sniffing, and
more
then figures
times.
out that the Mr. Pizza sticker that came with Earthbound was actually cheese pizza.
Oh, I'd be cool with that. Love me some
That is
cheese
actually
pizza.
something. That is actually something that was given out with like the American versions of Earthbound for SNES. They gave out like a whole box
Pizza?
of things. One is which included a mystery scratch and sniff sticker,
Oh,
which turns out like if you sent in like with a guess trying to figure out what it was, you would get a reward in return. And the answer was apparently pizza, and the winners got like an in-game pizza pizza company's like
logo
like-
or some shit.
I want to say it was an air freshener, like it was a pizza
Oh.
scented air freshener they got in return,
Ah,
or like a magnet or something like that.
interesting.
Actually,
That's
it might have
pretty
been a fridge magnet. Yeah, Mr. Pizza air fridge magnet or something like
That's
that. Yeah.
very cool. That's very cool. But yeah,
In Nintendo magazine, they also had a scratch and sniff of Master Belch, which smelled like puke.
Oh, I mean Belch.
Yeah, Master
Oh,
Belch.
anyway. Belch.
I
Wait.
mean,
No, never mind. It's okay. It's
It,
okay.
it was a sentient pile of bath.
There we go. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, hey man, like, it's the pot calling the kettle black. You get what you pay for. But anyways, yeah, Guag would share the feeling of being watched. He just doesn't know again if it's targeted or not. So yeah, he would communicate.
Oh
that.
wait, okay, so yeah,
Okay.
so in 4 days. Oh wait, in one day you covered. In one day you covered In one day you covered essentially 4 days of travel. So, which means that in like or in 2 days. 2 days would be 7. You know what? Let's make it 1 in 3, shall we? Let's make it like 3 days in 1. So in 7 days you're gonna essentially. Oh goodness me! So in 1 week you'll get to there, essentially, not 24, 21, there. You'll get essentially to the edge of the river in a straight line, after a week of travel. Unless you want to stop like after the second day, to go into the Ice Spire.
I'm considering it, if everyone else is.
So what's up?
sorry, I'm having an argument with Dane in Twitch.
Yeah, I'm seeing, which is why I'm saying what's up. You guys
we
wanna
need
conti-
to continue with the game.
Yeah,
That's what the World's asking you guys a question about.
yeah. Like, do you guys want to investigate the Ice Spire for a little bit of a day, or do you guys want to?
Yeah, I think we
continue
should
to serve it?
investigate it since it's so close now.
Yeah,
We should
the fact that it was
definitely
that fast.
investigate it. We should
So
definitely
it's not a
investigate.
whole lot. So it's not a whole lot to see. So you decide, like, you know what? We didn't go there before. Apparently we're traveling faster. Like right now, like the strain on our food is not as big as it was before. So let's go check it out. Like, what is this nightmare all about? And the closer you get, like, the more you see that the spire appeared to be like almost like a mirage on the horizon. Because the closer you get, the closer you get, the more it appears to essentially just phase out of view. And you get to the point where you think it should be, and basically all you see is like a ruined circle of stones. With just covered ground. You find a circular ruin, basically. Maybe something was here before, but no longer is. But yeah.
I will specifically put my hand on the runes.
The ruins, not runes.
Runes.
As in,
Sorry.
just yeah, like the leftovers of a circular tower, just like a circle of stones, stone bricks and such. Yeah, it doesn't feel different. For you, you pass your hands through it, but it doesn't feel any different from passing your hands through the floor. These look like regular stone bricks.
This is weird.
It is indeed weird.
Yeah.
Far away, we can see it fully there. When we got close, it's complete ruin.
Well, fully. It's like seeing like a shimmering mirage, more or less.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast detect magic just around this area.
Yeah, no magic.
Yeah, not picking up magic or anything.
For some reason, all your magical items are now non-magical.
Yep,
That was
they're
why you
gone.
detect no magic.
Yep.
They got converted to gold while you weren't looking. I'm kidding.
Nah, no, you're good. See, that wasn't so bad.
We should set up camp for the night. It's almost been a day for us.
Well, it's been almost been 2 days.
Oh, it's been a couple days.
Yeah. So at least to the best of your knowledge, at the very least, it took you 2 days to get to here, which I would estimate would take almost a week, in material world.
Dog found something.
Woof. Woof. But yeah.
We'll continue making our way to Turvik once we're done with the camp.
I'm gonna roll some D100s.
Okay.
Encounter us!
I'll keep watch
Okay.
of Quag.
Of course.
So, you guys have a rest for the night. I'm guessing I'm guessing you got some firewood stashed with the food as well. Just for the sake of, you were traveling through a cold country. No way, no how. You guys will be relying on finding firewood, perfectly good firewood, on your travels. So I'm just
And
gonna
also
say,
got a lot of firewood too.
yeah, I'm guessing you guys just got some firewood just laying about, just because it's cold, and you can't necessarily. One moment.
Cold, but not as cold, but yeah.
One moment. I feel like being generous right now. Because
5,000 XP
Yeah.
all around. Guag gets 50,000 gold. GG. WP.
He also has to make a saber die.
I'm being
Okay.
generous. I'm being generous. I'm just
Fuck
granting you
off.
guys a campfire. I'm just granting you guys a campfire bead. A single one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
The
So-
hell is
so
a
you
campfire
use-
bead?
A
No,
campfire
that's
bead
okay.
is a small glass bead which, upon a command word, transforms into a
Wait,
bonfire that
seriously?
burns for 8 hours.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Burns for
Oh
eight.
my
Burns for
God.
8 hours or until extinguished.
Oh
At which
my
point it turns
God.
back into a bead.
Oh my
It would-
God.
It was then rest for double as long as it was active for before
Oh.
it can be used again. So if it was
Okay.
burning for 8 hours, you have to
16.
wait for 16 before you can use it again.
That makes sense.
At which
That's-
point, you can just keep on using it night after night if
Yes.
you activate it at the same time every night.
It also keeps the adventurers from sleeping every combat.
Has
Pathfinder, you only sleep like once a day either way, I think so.
I mean, basically like 8 times 3 is 24.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you use it once, you have it throughout the night, it turns back into a bean and rest for the rest of the day, at which point you use it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just thinking this is my contribution to the party. Just to make sure that it makes sense why you would have a campfire every night without carrying excessive amounts of firewood. You guys were already almost overloaded on food as it were. Like, goodness me, 1,500 pounds of food. Before you left Turvik, 1,500 pounds was barely enough for you guys to sit in there.
Dang, it wasn't enough for us to sit in there until later.
But yeah, so...
Legitimately, the small people had to ride on Raw. And then the two biggies had to sit out up front.
the large.
The Lagos. So yeah, I'm
Largo
just gonna
embargo.
pull you guys over here for the time being.
Ooh, mystical.
This
And
is
Rocky.
the same map as This is the same cave map that I used when you guys were patrolling the Tower of Sin back in 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼. But I added some tint to it.
Okay.
Hey, I
Just
can
make-
identify trees pretty well.
Nope, that's a campfire. Oh, you were talking to Aldra.
Yeah, let's talk about Aldra.
So yeah, I'm gonna post something. I'm gonna post an image to the Discord. I'm gonna put it in general because why not? So you're sitting around the campfire. I'm guessing because of Zacharias, everyone is being kept watched.
If they want to, if they want to just fully sleep, they can also sleep.
The guard's at 100 HP.
I will
Sleeping
take
for
the
the week.
watch.
You're gonna sleep, Deanna?
Here's the thing: do you guys want to rest? Do you want to rest magically while awake, or does your character just want to sleep and get an escape from this shadowy hellscape?
Vivian is sleeping. You could not touch her.
Well, 20% chance of touching.
Did we lose the corgi? Oh, we lost it.
We lost the corgi, no.
Aww.
No, it's more of Vivian will move out of the way if you try and touch her with that.
Okay.
Vivian does not feel good.
Okay.
Alright, Vivian's asleep.
Vivian's
Deanna?
sleeping.
Vivian's sleeping. Deanna would like to be awake and keep watch throughout this place.
Quack.
So, roll me a perception.
Single perception or each of us perception?
A single perception, one of you choose.
You guys
The
want
one
me to
on
take it?
watch.
You have
I
a
will-
plus 13.
And
Go.
nominate
I will-
Deanna.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll
You guys wanna
a
take it?
d6, and I'm gonna say who rolls it.
Is the corgi back?
Okay.
Go for it. Yeah, Corgi.
The bargaining. Part 2.
Let me drag
That
myself
was
onto the map.
6, so it's gonna be Gwag. Gwag is gonna be
Okay.
the one to roll perception.
I will support Gwag.
No support. This is just...
Oh, okay. Gwag, you're doing it on your own.
I told you, he was bad
Anything.
luck. Should've done
Not that
Deanna.
bad. That's still not that bad. That's still not that bad. We should have done the end right. Hey man, I was fine.
I mean, we
with it.
say
The dice
the corgi, but
was chosen.
behind the GM screen right now with me is a bunny. It's a bunny witch. So, but anyways, semantics.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you don't necessarily notice anything until it is close enough for all of you to notice. And what you notice is a group of individuals that appear to look like this, but they got some carts and such with them.
Oh boy.
What do you guys do? They appear
Are they quiet? Are they talking?
They appear to have armor. They appear to have weapons, and they appear to be more or less just standing there, staring at you from a distance. Just, at least that's what you get right now. Won't give it more information for free. Like, if you're wondering for like how long, like it would be about, like sort of here-ish.
Okay.
So yeah,
To
what
here.
do? They appear to be like every once in a while, like looking towards each other and looking towards you guys, and you can't necessarily hear anything what they're saying.
Try and come off as friendly.
If you want to, go for it.
It's a bit hard to tell as well from this distance. But if you would hazard a guess, they appear to be taller than your average human. At least
Right.
somewhat.
Deanna will casually keep a distance while approaching. Yes, I know that
How
makes
do
no
you-
sense.
How do you approach?
Shield in my left hand, but my arms at my side. And he'll raise his right hand up as to wave.
I was about to say you see something, but I think it's a little bit too dark, and you can't necessarily tell from this distance. They don't necessarily respond to you in any visual way that you can realize, basically.
Where is the cart roughly in this, by the way?
I would imagine that the card just be over here.
Okay.
Just it's an inconsequential place, basically.
Yeah, Zacharias just purposely moved to go behind the cart during this.
I'm sorry, what happened? Oh, there's enemies. Cool.
They're not
So
enemies
roughly
yet.
over here, I guess.
If you look in general in Free Souls, you'll see what they look like.
Oh, fun! We got the. Oh wait, no, I thought they were ants. No, you look like insect people. Never mind. Yeah, I thought they were tree people. Never mind.
They do look insectile, yes.
Oh, I can
They
burn
do
them.
have
I'm sorry.
they do
what?
have 2 legs and 4 arms,
Eldritch Blast! No, I'm kidding.
as well as like some small like abdominal like grabby appendages, basically. Like technically, you could call them 8 appendage beings.
Ew. Ew. I don't like insects. I don't like bugs. Arslan and Silver have tortured me.
Well,
with
it gets -5 initiative now, which is fear of the
Nah.
bugs.
Opposite what happened. He get into a frenzy.
Uh,
He hates bugs more than dogs and horses. He
Do you
wants to
approach
burn them all.
Mordane, or do you just stand there?
I'll
Watch
get Guagano!
Firebomb. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. Wait, let me move back. I'm not doing that. I'm just kidding. That was flavor.
I'll approach 15 more feet as such. And I'll call out a simple greeting.
As a
What?
response, you just sort of hear like what can only be heard as a collection of chitterings and buzzings. You just sort of hear that as you hear some rustling from their sides.
Deanna will maintain a calm demeanor.
going to preemptively cast Comprehend Languages on myself, Wamba.
You are too far away from being able to hear anything.
No, just ahead of time. Ahead of time. Because that's a
Okay.
long duration spell.
Firebomb. All of these awesome, bro. They're so good. They're all grouped up, like right there, man. Just one bomb, bro. They're all
The
dead.
problem is you have to get very
I mean,
close for that,
without,
Larry.
let's see here.
Oh, bro, it's-
With your current, without having buffed, you can only toss a bomb to here, and would be at a -10. If you want to toss a bomb at this
All the
person, you're gonna have
way.
to stand at least here And then you can toss.
So, you
Unless
gotta get
activate
closer.
your belt. If you activate your belt and make it 30 range, you could toss all the way up here at -10.
Okay, that's cool. Now I'm gonna stop talking shit. I'm just gonna stay here and
Okay.
react.
Considering their current reactions, 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 will proceed to walk back to the camp.
So they're friends.
Stare there.
As you turn your back,
Bang, bang, bang.
they appear to just sort of slowly circle around you and continue on their way as they disappear into the darkness. They all the time, like, they appear, like, at the closest point they pass by you, you notice that they're all, like, appear to have one of their hands ready to draw, like, weapons, as they are slowly passing verily by you. But they clearly don't appear to be wanting to have a confrontation. And they're gone.
They weren't hostile, that's good. We can avoid unnecessary fights.
Alright.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just going to put you guys there then.
Honestly, that was an interesting tense thing of trying to figure out what would be a good option to do.
I mean, on my end, it was a lovely test to find out you guys aren't necessarily murder hobos yet.
No one bothered to wake Vivian.
Nope. She gets
Well, I mean,
I was debating whether I want to comprehend language invisibility to get closer just to hear what they were saying, but since the owner backed up, there was no point. Since I didn't come closer, so we're good.
yeah.
Meanwhile...
Sorry, Kage.
No, it's fine.
It worked out. She gets uninterrupted sleep now, so.
Yeah.
You guys have about 5.5 weeks worth of rations. Actually, because of actually. Oh, then again. Yeah, never mind.
Wog might not be enjoying his time here, though.
What about it? Huh?
It's not very colorful.
Oh.
There's not a lot of colors, and every single one of your senses is dimmed.
From sense of smell to sense of taste.
Touch everything. Yeah, interesting.
The two
Wog
most
is
joyous things
also a
of-
green-gray right now.
Oh.
He's like a fucking alien at this point.
Yeah.
A little green man.
Oh, great green
You're actually
man.
probably close to matching with Vivian now. You two are going to be matching soon enough.
Yay.
My sense of balance is off.
Oh, dang, Burger, so you're playing Overwatch with me and Arsenal later today is what I'm hearing? Cool.
Fuck that. I ain't playing Overwatch.
Because of the constant systems, we're not playing Overwatch now because of
What?
Barry.
What?
Yeah.
What? You're fine, bro. Fuck you, dude. You probably feed me anyways, though. I don't need you. Fucking ints over here. Intentionally feeding. Bro, what the fuck?
But yeah, so you guys get to the river, and the landscape sort of dips in the river, and you notice that the river's dry. It just dust at the bottom of it.
Guess water doesn't transfer well here, maybe?
I mean, you've seen water
Seen snow,
every once in a
yeah.
while. I mean, you don't see snow. Like,
Oh, really?
In the large, like, every once in a while, like, the material will bleed through, and you'll see some snow everywhere. But most of the time, like, it is a bleak landscape of just, like, dirt and stone. Like, every once in a while, like, some
Dirt
dark
and
colored
jagged
grass or something
stone.
like that. Every once in a while as well, you'll find a pond, but, like, you get to the point where the river is supposed to be, and it's just, like, a shallow, like, gully filled with dust. At least this part is.
Does it look like we can wheel through?
I mean, it's gonna be a bit of a steep descent.
An ascent.
Yeah, but, like, if you take it carefully, you can manage, but it will not be happy for the deer.
Well, Pierre will prefer to go around if everyone's okay with it.
I mean, you guys have been traveling fast and regularly, anyways.
I want you to know that Vivian, for the first time since since we started moving, like floats to the bottom of the riverbed and looks sad.
God.
I mean, your water rock has been more effective as of late, at least.
Yeah.
You managed to get more of it in a pot.
Yeah, that rock has been getting so many miles.
Always has.
Yeah, it's not like we've been purposely looking for rivers to fill up our water stuff, and we've been using the rock
Yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Damn, dang, bro. I'm typically
Yeah.
the one out of the loop, bro. Damn, dog.
I've always been in the loop.
No.
I like calling the loop to
You're out.
question. I
You
would like
bring
to
the
call the
loop
loop
into
to the stand.
Are you guys talking about playing are you guys talking about playing the
Playing Overwatch,
essentially
yes, correct.
No, it's supposed to be the LSD liar that you guys got from the foster cow.
No.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I have enough LSD. I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate the offer.
Okay. So, I found a neat little system I wanna have to do with travel now, at least in this place.
Okay.
Mm.
So let's see here. How many days it takes you to move from where you are to 𝓓𝓃?
Too many.
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna roll some more. Meh,
But it's clearly
Meh.
like less than a day away. Clearly.
meh,
Very.
Clearly.
meh, and meh.
Look at the space, bro. It's such a tiny space.
Yeah, huh?
So,
Tiny.
so if you're going
Tiny
around,
space. No, we do not have to go. Why do we have to go around, bro? That's clearly a very passable river right there. That's totally
so
okay.
let's see.
That
We can
river
just
might
stay-
kill us.
Nah, dude, it's just a jump. We can just.
if you guys could remove, Dane, if you could remove, thank you. Let's see here. So going from 4 to 8.
Wait.
And
interesting.
to 10.
Okay.
So yeah, it takes you 4 days. Nope, never mind. 4 days, and on the 5th day, like just going based on the incidental landmark and just like pouring over it and thinking, oh, this looks like this, no, this looks like this. Like we got to the
What is
end
that?
of the river, so we're just going to go straight north now, like to where he reached 𝓓𝓃,
I got you.
and
dude.
reached
Oh,
𝓓𝓃,
no.
and it looks like you start noticing more of the landscape, and it looks like a ruin. Like 𝓓𝓃, like from where you're standing, looks like 𝓓𝓃 is destroyed. You'll see the edges of where the walls are supposed to be. You'll see you wander through the gateways, and you'll see oh, this is where the paraplex of protein is supposed to be. Like this is where the church of 𝓓𝓃 is supposed to be, like the Forge of 𝓓𝓃. Like you walk through here, and it doesn't appear to be populated by anyone.
Oh shit.
And it looks abandoned and in ruin.
No. Oh no. Is there any smoldering fire?
No, there is
Oh.
not. It just looks like it's always been like this. It just looks like it's always been a ruin here. Like it doesn't. Yeah.
Is this why they brought 𝓮𝓼 into the shadows to a degree? It's just ruin if you don't have it in here. Because the ice fire was ruined close up. 𝓓𝓃 is ruined close up. And we saw, at least vaguely, the ice fire, and we were in 𝓓𝓃 not that long ago.
Could someone roll me a knowledge planes?
Sure.
Fuck, Azri would have been perfect.
strap
Like
up.
Arsenal's saying. Fuck you. Arsenal, don't fuck it up, man.
18.
Damn,
So,
dude, fucked it
upon
up.
this matter, you recall hearing something about that in the plane of shadows, you can travel appears to be erratic at times. Like sometimes, you can travel for a day and be a league away in the
Yeah.
material world. Like, you know, I mean, for one, like, some creatures have the ability to shadow step, which allows them to use the shadow plane to move vast distances in a short amount of time, like by utilizing the ley lines and such. You guys not necessarily have that power, but still, like, you're just traveling on foot, and you're definitely moving faster than you usually would.
Yeah.
At least in relation of where you would be, like where the shadows would bleed through to the material plane, or from the material plane to the shadow world. And you recall hearing something about like landmarks and such in the real world are also reflected in the shadow world, but vast amounts of them appear to be like ruins and such. Like most of the people that actually live here tend to be nomadic. Like there are some settlements. You don't necessarily recall hearing about any of them specifically. You recall something about there being you recall something about Absalom having a good trade relationship with the shadow counterpart, but that's the only thing you heard about it. Like apparently Absalom. Let me bring you guys to the Inner Sea World map. Like down here.
Yeah.
Absalom apparently has a shadow counterpart with people living in it. Which they are apparently very good trades, like they're very good trade terms with, but that's about all you know about it.
Okay.
And just to measure for fun, you guys are about, I don't know, 600 miles away from it.
Yeah, we're quite a few days off travel.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys are traveling, if you guys are traveling like 6 miles per day, that's almost going to be a full year. That's going to be like about 270 days plus days, and that is if it's a standardized with 6 miles per day, and that is. But then again, divide that by 3. If you divide that by 3, you'll be there in 3 months.
Yeah.
If the travel attends speeds up, it's going to be shorter than that. But like an average of maybe like an average of like 3 months to travel there on foot from where you are right now, just based on like this previous travel, and that is in a straight line though, but still. But yeah, enough about the Inner Sea World map.
The Isle of Terror. I want to know more about the Isle of Terror. No, I'm kidding. Okay. It's pretty self-explanatory, I would imagine. Yeah, we.
The Isle of Terror. Oh, in
Yeah.
Lake Chant.
We're actually just gonna pop out your asshole, Arslan.
I mean,
Keep on
if you
saying
wanna,
him like that.
if you wanna read more about it, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
It
I'm
lies
not
in the
gonna
center
click
of
on that.
Avistan. Ancient time was known as the Interpreter Isle. Conquered and renamed by the Wizard King 𝓚𝓪𝓚, made its headquarters in the underground city of 𝓮𝓺𝓃. Sounds like a Thessalonian name. Oh.
Deadly Traps and Guardian.
It was renamed in a Thessalonian style. Who
Only
apparently
one
has an
place.
undead army to it.
Cool.
Also, apparently has a portal to the negative energy plane. And deadly traps.
One other place I could think of where we could head to from here.
Large mountain home. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not. Let's not go there.
I'm not sure, but Turvik is clearly not it. On our way out. We need some point where the planes bleed in a bit more, but I don't know where that would be here.
It's not like we actually speak the language here.
I can understand it, but I won't be able to speak it now.
Hold on. The mural.
What about the mural?
Maybe
Maybe.
What? What is it?
I would like to rage and recall the mural and the memory.
I mean, we have the mural.
You recall you recall the memory like I described it perfectly fine. Like,
I know,
pieces
but
of it, like,
I was gonna say
if you want to force trying to know more, you can rage all you want, making a whole lot of ruckus. That's for damn sure. Screaming like a madman, but you don't necessarily recall anything more. And
Well-
at that, I think a nice place to stop it is that you just sort of hear shouting in the distance, "Pipe it down! I'm trying to sleep!" Just shouting in common. As you see one of the ruins, you just sort of see like a transparently skinned creature with yellow eyes. Just sort of pop its head out of a nearby ruin, just second floor ruin. And you recognize this creature as a fetchling. At least you know it as a fetchling, as you've been traveling with 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓴𝓼 for a while. And I think we're going to end it there. Just prepared for more exposition next time we play.
Oh,
So much more
wait.
exposition.
Did I hear Azrael's name? I'm sorry, I've been horribly distracted. What happened? He
I'm
came?
just saying, like, no, you recognize like a creature that looks like Azrael used to before it turned into dragon. Like you found a friendly fetchling that speaks common. Like, praise the lords.
Praise the well duck.
I mean, it's basically isekai. Oh well, isekai insert. I mean, as far as I see, you guys were planning on heading to Hag's Reach, and I thought, you know what?
Honestly,
my goal is to basically keep you guys in here till the end of October. That is at least my plan on it.
I appreciate it. To be honest, though, that was going to be the thought process, because the out of character, I think the only other place that we could possibly head to, and I was actually trying to see if I can get 𝓓𝓪𝓷 to that same conclusion, was probably the final battlefield he was at.
Yeah, you have no recollection of where the final battlefield was. You just know that it involved witches and a troll. That's it.
Okay.
But
It was a thought. It was an attempt. 𝓓𝓪𝓷, sadly, as GM rolled it, I could not say that.
Well,
Raging,
unfortunately,
cheating.
you're not far enough into the shadows.
Also, doesn't rage like impair your mental stuff because you're so angry. So I'm trying to remember more raging.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about rage. It gains a passive +2 to will saves, which is weird when you think about it.
Well, I think that's more of a thing of like trying to get called over or something like that. But oh well. But here's the thing. Don't you need like a specific thing with your rage or something like that? Let's see, what was it?
Yeah, but here's the other part to it, T-Dang, after you say this.
I just could have sworn that there is like something about the there's something about the 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓴𝓼 where like you can only rage in a specific area. Wasn't that right? Or
no,
there we
actually,
go. When entering when you enter a rage, you can choose one ally to grant bonuses to. Never mind, so you can rage whenever.
The rage works exactly as a barbarian's rage. So I get +4 morale to strength constitution, as well as a +2 morale bonus on will saves.
But you also cannot use any charisma, dexterity, or intelligence-based skills, or any ability that requires patience or concentration, as you're trying to concentrate and focus back in time.
Yeah, so basically, like you just rage, like trying to think of something, and you just felt angry. Like, you didn't think of anything.
Exactly.
And then you woke up some poor sop from their slumber.
It was an attempt. What the fuck is that?
Made.
How about you read?
That's a shadow monster.
That's a lot. Oh, bro, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a big
That is
page.
a lot. That is a copy pasta. Right. So that is the end of session. DM. GM, what is the XP totaled?
Well, you guys had a lot of progress today, the story-wise. You may have drawn some conclusions by yourself. I may have helped shape some of those conclusions. So I feel tempted to just grant everyone a arrival and story and progress and such. I'm gonna make it a. Oh fuck it! Let's make it 1,600.
Wow. I'm bad at math. 47, 680 plus. Wait, it was 1,600.
1,600, 1,600.
6,480 left.
Yay!
All right, let's get this stream to an end and start and go raid someone. I think I already
Dane's
know
got a
who we're going
switch
to
to
raid.
play.
I got some Z's to catch.
Me too.
Guog's wish came true. Indeed it did.
Praise.
Anyway, good night, guys.
Good
Later.
night.
Bye,
Bye.
Kage.
Good night, Kage.
Bye,
See ya.
everyone. Let's get to. I'll make sure to get 2 raids.